in the second
game
half
has
of
begun.
The year, we saw him putting up some serious numbers across there and really kind of finding that old form and doing the things that we know he can do. He's going to be off on, he was on the top floor. He's moved down to that first floor now, but he's playing alongside Stompn. They're kind of working together there on the Vigil and the Fenrir, just in support of each other, within a room or so of each other. They've got that rotation in between and they can look to maybe play off each other's contacts a little bit.
Yeah, to start things off, as you might expect, it's going to be focused on IT with the round gadgets coming on through to start a march on through there, and then Rexon is stepping his way through in towards Catwalk. So, a good chunk of this top floor now in the control of Shopify. Got to worry now about starting to look on.
All right, let's do this, chat. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, we got a top. What are they holding top floor? What's the bomb site here?
Happy to take out a drone or two.
Bomb site's definitely not top floor. It's got to be basement. Okay, it's basement. We got Stompn on the Vigil, so they're on D first. They're on D first.
Nearly every single one.
Canadian's going to be pushing down Aqua Stairs to try and challenge Doki pretty soon. Doki's dropped a little bit deeper back. How about this though? Ambi walks in and gets a double. Stompn is there with the Boss G to get the.
Come on, Stomp. Come on, Stomp. Come on, Stomp.
That is a big kill for G2. If G2 can kind of fall back to site in an organized way now, take the 3v3, a minute 20 left on the clock, they are sitting pretty for this round.
Yeah, big recovery effort, given it looked like it was going from bad to worse. Stompn stepping up to shut down Ambi. Of course, the other very young player in this game is worth referencing. First came on the scene, everyone was incredibly excited about what he can do, and fair to say, he has continued to deliver.
Stompn with the frag already.
His team getting themselves on the upper set, very, very good on paper, just not always quite there in practice.
Much better. All right, Bo,
this
bet.
call from Stompn. He's playing in and around lobby stairs. He's got the other two, Doki and Blaz, are in a position to get back to site quickly should they need to. So G2 kind of playing this like half aggression, really. Doki does pick up Surf. Stompn just a little bit over aggressive, maybe a little bit too early. Still 45 seconds left on the clock, and having that Vigil out on the roam would have been like playing with a wasp in the room for Shopify Rebellion.
I hope YouTube doesn't ban me for
Managed to
using
take
or
that
for
away,
watching
but
the
Rexon
other
is
stream.
low
You know what I
health,
mean?
2v2.
That's my only. That's my only concern.
Playing around those vending stairs.
If it does, I'll figure something out.
Just looking for their opportunities.
2v1. You gotta be there for the trade. Oh my God, Spoit's gonna clutch first round. Spoit's gonna clutch our 1v2 first round, Annie. That's just aura. That's just aura.
We spoke about Spoit being that 1v1.
Oh, come on, Doki. Doki dyed his hair too for this. Oh, he's locked. Don't swing. He doesn't know, Doki. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, Doki. He doesn't know. Wait. Now, go. Yes, Doki.
Well played from Doki there.
Well
Just kept
fucking
his
played.
cool.
Spoit didn't know where he was at.
15
Spoit
seconds left to
almost
go. Knew
clutched
that he could play the clock. Not much else that Spoit could do. Interestingly, we talk about 1v1 there. It's worth mentioning Stompn actually beat Doki in one of the 1v1 tournaments a good while ago. And I think he was playing on controller at the time.
It probably was,
I don't want to guarantee that because I don't know whether he switched to PC at that point or not. But
your knowledge of lore doesn't run that deep, and neither does mine.
no,
I said he's
but I
having
do
trouble
know
finding
that
the
he beat
stream,
him,
by the way.
in the 1v1 tournament.
Yeah,
I shared the link to him.
It was absolutely insane. Only for the two to come back the other way so quickly for G2. I was like, man, the 5v3 being spun the way that it had is bad enough, but it coming down to a 1v1. I really hope that sets the pace for how this series plays out, because that was one hell of an entertaining round to get things moving. We're now going to find ourselves
There it goes.
the top floor. So
But yeah, my only concern is that YouTube's going to ban us for, well, not ban us, but take down the stream for watching another stream. They're fucking weird about it.
With a little bit of surprise there.
But as long as we don't get too big, I don't think it would. And I put watch party in there, which a lot of people do now, so hopefully we're good.
They thought that they would be
Hopefully we're good.
top floor. And then they saw, oh, it's down in basement, so kind of everything had to switch. That's not a problem for teams at this level. But it just, you know, you kind of, even just that little 5%, you know, that you get, it's these marginal gains.
You guys can actually thank Samuel for that bag. Samuel put that out.
Oh, no, right,
Doki with a 3K to start off. Stompn kind of clutched up on the initial push. Is this top 4 site? Yeah, it's top 4 site. We got Surf on a mad. Okay, so listen, chat. What they're gonna try to do here, and they're already starting to do it. You can already hear it. This Nomad is going to flash into the E-box right there. At the same time as the flash, he's going to Nomad the door. They're gonna have Spoit and whoever's playing Map Surf trying to get that main wall. And then you're going to have Blackbeard and probably Striker backstabbing through Aqua Stairs. Almost guarantee it. Now, the good thing is, we have the Warden, we have a bunch of trap ops, and then we have Stompn on the Denari.
News here today.
Stompn likes Denari.
Last time he went up against Spoit, I think he put 25.
What the fuck is the... I have no idea what the ranking system is. It's something new for YouTube gaming.
Maybe he'll be looking to put up some big numbers again against Spoit.
Well, these two teams haven't actually played just since like Montreal 24, I think, as well. And back then, it was 2-0 to Shopify.
You know, a lot of pros use the DMR on Nomad. I've never tried the DMR on Nomad.
Entire series, it was brutal.
It's so loud.
G2, same for Shopify, the different members back then as well. So there have been some changes to both rosters.
I bet the stream looks better over here too, doesn't it? Doki with the 2 off the rip. Sit down, Spoit, you fat. And that's Case. That's Case. Oh my God, go Doki. So hey, someone's got to swing main breach. Someone's got to swing main breach.
It's a 4v2
On the door, right after door. Ah, he overheated a little bit. Okay, you guys got Case. Split chat. What they need to do now is someone needs to rotate to the back of the blue stairs and watch through it. And someone's already there. You see him laying down. Someone's already there. He's watching the Case through the doorway.
They are against a full health Blaz. Alamo stomping. Alamo with the shotgun. The Warden.
We got a shotgun Warden up.
To disrupt him. Very little utility left for them as well. None at all.
We got the Denari's still up. The Finnies are still up.
And Doki's in the chat, of course. But yeah, 3 versus 2. I think G2.
Doki just went fucking crazy right there.
Definitely muted for everyone on the side of Shopify.
This is Shopify's map pick, by the way. So Shopify in all senses should be winning this map. It's only the first couple rounds, so don't swing that on pillar. Be disciplined. Be disciplined. Be disciplined. That's Alamo back there, right? No, Alamo's up. So that's stomping on pillar. That's stomping on pillar. 3, 2, 1. There you go. 3, 2, 1. There you go. God, I love watching Pro League. This is the how Siege is meant to be fucking played. So if we go back and watch this, well, let me go back.
You go for again? G2. I'll go Shopify.
Why did they go back so far? So if you go back and watch this, watch. They all swung at the same time for both of these kids. Watch. All three on different angles. All three on different angles, and all three swing at the same time. So even if this guy gets one of them, someone's right there to get him right back.
Wait
for him to give away his position like that right there. 3, 2, 1. There's constantly 3, 2, 1. See Blaz get up. Now 3, 2, 1. And then they're going to 3, 2, 1 on this guy right here. It's just beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful. That's how Siege is meant to be played. That's why you don't need a whole lot of kills in Siege. That's why it's not kill dependent. It's a team-based. It's truly one of the only team-based games out there.
I think I won't go as far as to use the word catastrophic, but I think we're heading strong. Yeah.
Okay, so they're first floor.
Direction if G2 get a complete defensive rotation here on that.
Yeah, it looks like they're first floor.
Because then we are definitely.
And then they're going to be holding it from the top.
5-1-1/2, maybe.
See, the interesting thing about Pro League 2 is they don't like that. You know, on Bo, when we're on labs, when we go first floor, we go to that kitchen site. These pros don't fuck with that kitchen site. And I like that because kitchen site is just, I think it's easy to attack.
Get yourself back on level terms. At the minute, Shopify
Boy on the Flores.
It's just one of those
and be on the Ram.
That we see teams have. Look, we know that they've got absolute.
This is an interesting op lineup because you kind of have some versatility here. I'm not really sure what the Mav is for, unless they're trying to get the main breach. But I think they're just going to, yeah, they are. But I think that's just too much. They're going to take too much time. I'll bet you they end up stalling out right here.
Shock horror, Shopify rebellion getting
my KD worse than yours. What the fuck? You're almost, dude. We got to get you gold for the season, and I think we have 30 more days.
From Ambi running across that top floor, opening up everything that's going on below.
See here, and G2 is more than happy to let them just burn their time taking this wall. I mean, they're already at that 155 mark. That verse not really going to do a whole lot.
But has to be so careful of the vertical angles that are being opened up above his head.
Does G2 have 3 upstairs? I know they have 2. They have Lura playing garage. I assume they have 1 downstairs for a C4. That's probably going to be Stompn. I'll bet you Stompn's on the basement.
Himself out onto catwalk.
Oh my God, Lura, you're crazy. Oh my God, Lura, you're crazy. Okay, thank you.
Off the clock.
Now, Lura is a crazy Brazilian player. He will fucking jump out on your ass and slam you. He's so underrated.
This is not ideal.
See what I'm saying, chat? The announcers just said it too. They're taking too long up there. They're already at the minute 10 marker.
Now it's getting trolled. He's trying to
Stompn just got Ambi. That's Aura. Ambi's really fucking good too. Ambi's probably a top 10 player too. Ambi's really fucking good, chat. Look, they're already down to a minute. Now they're in a 3v5 situation. And they really don't, I mean, they don't have anything to make any more vert. So they're going to have to go for a direct hit on the site. And G2 knows that. Stompn in the basement. Stompn's in storage. Did Canadian fall to his death? Did Canadian fucking fall to his death in a Pro League match? Is that
an easy fight or two? But the problem is,
Chat.
G2 can just play them as extra bodies, extra men. Just leave them out in their positions.
Let the commentators take this for a minute.
The yellow pings through Shop of Rebellion. You can ping them all day long. That's not going to move them.
Brother, there's 25 fucking seconds. What are you doing?
Take these fights and win.
It's like I'm watching a ranked game.
He just dips away, and he's going to keep doing that.
Doki.
Maybe he's not. He's going to peek and give you an opportunity.
Doki.
He doesn't need to. 3 versus 3.
And that's why Doki could not swing that there, because now this guy can just walk in on Stompn, who was holding a win composition on the angle right there. But now Doki dies, he could go in and take the vert, and they probably just lost this round.
Spoit's coming out. Alamau still with one more in back pocket. Plan is going down. No way do they get away with this, Tim.
Doki swinging right there just lost the round. Because I mean, there's 25 seconds left. Sit your ass in the corner.
Just look a bit of a panic. They managed to get.
The nades were probably like forcing him away, but I'd rather him die to those nades than take the gunfight. And they probably had to rotate. Wait, I gotta go back. They probably had to rotate through there. Okay, kills Doki right there. Yes, Doki's rotating. You don't have to swing that. There's a rotate through there. He could have got away from the nades. He could have gotten away from the nades.
This should be 3-0, and that's the reality.
That's what he just said. It should be 3-0. Him swinging, I'm telling you, him swinging that right there just lost in the round. Him swinging that means he's dead. That guy knows this last guy upstairs. He could walk in on Stompn, who's holding the guy hopping in the window to plant, and now it's all exposed.
Keep looking at poking site. If we can pull them off, I think we have a gap to just walk in double there, because they left storage to try to help kitchen.
Fucking idiot. Oh, Bo, G2 had that round. They had it perfectly set up. That's the only bad thing about Doki. I think he pops a couple asset pills before these games sometimes, and he will just swing everything. Now, sometimes he's going to drop you 16 kills. Sometimes he's going to drop you 16 deaths. He's just that type of player.
And then pinching fish, okay? For that storage round right there, we had everything we need. We overextended. Make sure we're 3-2-1-ing, nomad that off, and just go Stompn. That guy's hiding inside. He's scared to fucking death, okay? Let's go. Come on.
Us.
Let's go. 3v5 and we still won it, so make sure we're just taking...
Did you all just fucking hear that? He said Stompn is cowarding in sight because he's scared. Okay. Y'all remember that. Y'all remember that. See, bro, he swings that, and this guy immediately goes in and clears out Stompn.
They played this out spectacularly well.
Now he can hop in window.
Gets that first kill upstairs.
And he can't swing because there's a guy in garage holding him. That was beautiful siege by Shopify. But honestly, Doki just threw him that.
Things over the line. Spoit
but once Doki threw them that, they took full advantage.
Let's see if they can adapt across these next 3 rounds and keep this going, because it's only 1 round out of the 3, Tim. They've got to get a couple more here if they want to have a good second half.
Really, really impressed with Surf in that round. Keep an eye on him.
By the way, Stompn usually has a bad first game, and then second, third game, he just goes fucking nuclear. So, like, so if he doesn't go crazy here, just know he is very much a second and third game player.
To see it through, to
very weird.
Get that space opened up for your team. So G2, I think, you know, despite having lost the 3v5,
how many rounds is in a match? So in these, it's first 1 to 7, and then there's going to be 3 games because it's a best of 3. Well, I guess 3 games. I'm an idiot. 3 maps. Now, if it goes to OT in each one of these games, you know, it's the first 1 to 8. But in order to get to OT, both teams have to get to 6 first. So like if it's 6-6, right? You have to win 8 rounds in order to win the game instead of 7 or a match.
The boss Sheba getting absolutely
Stompn swinging.
He's got damage down. Rex and his low HP from it, but these days that boss at range ain't quite the demon it once was. It has to be a headshot, or the enemy player does walk away still on
wasting a C4 too.
Quite a bit of damage.
Wasted a C4 from the pulse.
On the blitz because they're going to be using him.
Lura is very much like a fragger. He should not be on the pulse. He should be on the Goyo.
Off a little bit there. His Canadian doesn't want to be giving his life away on the blitz, but the
first 1 to 7 wins the map, unless it goes to OT, and then you have to win an 8th round.
Deploy the boogie drone. You can start putting that pressure. Doki taking
taking down Doki. Spoit's on the Dokkaebi. This might be a GG for. Now remember, this is Shopify's pick. As you can see up here, Shopify picked this map. That's their logo up there. So each team gets one pick, and then the third map is a tiebreaker picked by whoever's moderating or whatever.
Snaps onto Alamau's noggin, takes him offline.
Nice, okay.
By Loira, can G2 even us up at 3 apiece?
Oh, this is not going to be good.
One on the window needs to be careful. Strafing across. Wrexham manages to find Stompn. Loira does pick up his man though, taking Spoit down, and just like the rest of
Loira might go crazy right here. Loira might go crazy right here. Loira might go crazy right here. The blitz is half health. That's good.
The other fights back. G2 keep it locked down to 2 versus 3. Rex and Canadian both low health. No utility in the hands of Blaz and Loira, but there could still be those Vulcan canisters available. However,
Surf just set Loira down.
Again. He steps in and takes the fight. Hits Loira on the swing.
Blaz is so fucked here.
It's all up to Blaz, but he's been one of the most clutch players for G2.
You're just lying at this point. Blaz has not been one of the most clutch players. It's either Doki or Loira or left. He's so dead, yeah.
This time, full white flash and Surf is in there for the close. If they can win a 3v5, Tim, there's no reason they should be losing a 3v2. Good stuff by Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, exactly. They've really woken up, as I said. Round 3, round 4.
See, tell me that could be like Jared's little brother. Now, that camera angle ain't really doing it justice, but like his camera at his house or whatever, when they're playing these matches from home, I swear he looks just like
just absolutely running away with it. But
who's your pick for this one? For the series, G2. I can't bet against my boy Stompn, but I will say these maps I think line up better for Shopify Rebellion.
They're going to move on now.
Each team plays differently on each map.
To the top floor.
All right, well, this is where things start to get interesting.
These maps just line up better for Shopify.
I mean, as we saw, they came out swinging. It was Doki for those first 2 rounds, back to back 3Ks.
Okay, I think G2 kind of changes up the pace here. I think they're getting a little too aggressive. Yeah, you can kind of tell they're kind of calming it back down here. They're going back to the traps. They're going back to the intel with the Malusi. They're going back to the Warden holding the site. I like Alamau and the Warden better than Stompn.
Really solid strategical fundamentals that you can fall back on. At least here, it feels like Shopify are absolutely the team that
top four pick.
And they're not being disrupted by Doki. They look really hard to stop, and I do worry for G2 that if we carry on with how things have gone these last 2 rounds, you're looking at a 4-2 attacking half the Shopify.
So I'm trying to see whether they're extending to.
Setup that we were just seeing there from the top down. It just takes 3 of those trip connectors, and you've effectively got. Thank you very much. You've got a real nice sort of block in place for.
Yeah, but you're gonna. Those are easily cleared, I think. I would have liked to see him double it up.
Also in play there as well, so that screams G2 are expecting a lot of pressure coming from that connector side. They would be right because Canadian.
Oh, this is absolutely a garden take. This is absolutely a garden on Aqua take.
Or similar, but
so you're going to see them make a lot of noise on this garden side. They're going to rotate over to Aqua like they're doing right now. Make a lot of noise there. And it's eventually going to be a full push through garden. But they're giving a lot of false pressure right now is what that's called. False pressure. Because it makes G2 have to worry about it. This is why you open up all the barricades. You open up everything. You make a lot of noise everywhere, not just one place. Because it keeps the defenders having to guess where you're coming from.
Won't worry about it all that much. And same as you've seen across the last couple of rounds, I expect him. They aren't going to find themselves inside the building for a good 90 seconds or so. Lots of droning, lots of softening up of the side.
We got to get that Bravo drone out. We got to get that Klug out.
About what an execute looks like.
We got a Ying going off. I think that's just, again, that gets false pressure.
But the problem that he might...
Where's that Ying at? Yeah, see, the Ying's still outside, right? You see that exterior roof? So it's just false pressure. It's just false pressure. But look what G2's having to do now. G2's having to back up because they're like, what the fuck's going on here? It may know this is false pressure, though.
The round, we still haven't seen any progress into the interior.
No one's entered yet.
Shopify Rebellion.
Here comes.
They've done this once or twice before, and they've been successful still. They've got their job done.
Now they're just setting up the front side. We're going to get 2 into IT. That Ying's will probably drop rafters, if I had to guess.
It's always been his main focus is get in, get some nomad jetdrives down inside the catwalk, stop players retaking that ground from them, and then press on from
Why is the quality so bad?
Hasn't lost his life a lot of the time when trying to do so. Yes, he's only 3-3, but has been consistently getting in there and getting that utility down for his team to give them this.
I don't know why the stream looks so bad, chat.
Step up and start getting this hard
it probably looks better on Twitch. Doki, God, you got to swing out. See, now, look, they have the crosses. Now Shopify has the crosses. This might be GG's for G2 on this round. Unless someone goes crazy. Did you all see that lineup from the camera angle? Loira gets 1.
35 seconds left.
35 seconds, still plenty of time for the attack. Here comes the flash on the pillar. Ying's going to walk up on this kid.
backs to the wall, trying to hold on here, and we've still got Canadian.
Whoever's sitting in that corner could win them the round. Yeah,
Gonna be
nope,
the
there
difference
goes.
maker. Yes, he is. Goes in and gets the kill onto Blaz. Rexton, Ambi, one apiece. 19 seconds left to go, and it's all up to Alamo. 1v4. He can do nothing. Shopify Rebellion. 3 rounds.
They're picking on Doki's aggression. Shopify has realized Doki's gonna keep swinging, and they're gonna keep picking them. The problem with Doki swinging is, I mean, I don't mind someone swings. The problem with him swinging is he is on an integral position there. If they lose that corner in the electrical box or in the IT box, and then at the same time the Ying walking up the Aqua stairs, and you have 2 in garden, that means Shopify has all of the crosses.
From what we heard Super saying in that tack timeout, you know, think about the pinch.
I'm thinking they got to get a little aggressive here.
Take that control. Alamo's
I'm thinking they got to get a little aggressive here.
Because he doesn't have the
G2 being they, by the way. They're just kind of bunkering inside a little bit, and their 2 guys that are extended are just getting picked immediately. So I think they're gonna have to get a little aggressive here. He's putting G2 down. Who is? Rexon? Rexon's really fucking good. I think on this, so on pro teams you have different positions. I believe on Shopify, Ambi is the entry fragger. Rexon is the second entry. Spoit is the flex, so that means he kind of plays any op that's needed. That's kind of what I like to play. I like to kind of play a flex. Surf is kind of support, and the Canadian is like support and IGL. On G2, Loira's the entry. Doki's second entry. Stompn is the flex, and Blaz and Alamo are the support, and Alama's the IGO.
Play coming up from Spoit, Canadian and Surf.
See what I'm saying? Like, we can't...
Like, pretty low here as well. Was trying his luck on trying to get a kill onto 1 or 2 players, but does not walk away with it. Instead leaves with a few scars to show off where he's been.
Doki, yeah. He's pretty much single-handedly lost them 2 rounds now.
They do need to disrupt.
There's no way... I mean, that attack right there in the last round was really good by Shopify, but the one where Shopify won a 3v5, that was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous fucking sell.
Bowl you over, and Team Falcons are a team that I think of when I say that, unless you stop them early, which is very, very hard to do. It's why they've been in so many grand finals.
I will say G2 is a lot like, it's kind of like Kentucky. They like to get down in the first half for whatever reason, and then like they just turn the fuck up. I don't know what it is. It's like they have to lose first, and then they will. It's like that every fucking tournament.
Just looking to hold on. Touchdown has been raining through. We've seen a lot of work being done by Canadian on the.
You know what I'm noticing though? G2's really not clearing these drones. I mean, they're just droning out everybody. And then for Pro League, bro, once they see how something's set up, they know where the gap's at. They're going to attack that. Like, look, they're about to push this guy on first floor, top floor, because he knows he's by himself.
A huge issue.
Shouldn't.
No matter at all.
Time wears down, and the more ground that Shopify Rebellion take control of. The riskier
got the fucking Valk cam.
Now they've got the vertical down. Now Stompn isn't playing in the same spot that he was before. If you remember, he was tucked right into the corner of storage with a direct line towards the window. He was there to stop any jumps of you.
We have no C4s on the basement. This is not good. This is not good. I'm telling you guys right, this is not looking good for G2.
He can't afford to stay inside the site, so that ward and gadget.
The only way G2 wins this is if they're planting. They're planting.
Plant is going on down. G2 have got to stop him though, Tim.
There's nothing that they can do about it realistically. Nitro goes out. It's not going to catch its target. And now as G2 try to make moves.
I told you guys it didn't look good. The positioning is so bad right now by the G2 team.
Low health Rexton, and with all
gotta go fast. Gotta go. You gotta swing that, Blaz. You have to swing. You have to swing now.
It's
a good trade.
It's not looking likely. We see one go down in either direction. Doki keeps tickling.
Nice, Laura. Good run out.
I don't think he's gonna get the
Got 15. It takes 6 seconds to defuse.
And Canadian just holding this.
He can long arm. He can long arm. He can long arm.
Be able to hold on to this. You gotta move, Troy. You gotta move.
No! No one's holding the fucking window. No one's holding the fucking window! No one's holding the window! There's 4 fucking guys up. 1 defuse, 2 hold the window, the other one runs out like Laura was doing. Where are the other 2 guys at? Hold it up, go back. For the love of God, go back.
1 versus 2 for a...
Just holding this, but they're gonna go for the long arm.
I'm trying to see. So you got Laura running out, that's fine, you want that. It gives Canadian pressure. Canadian just didn't give a fuck about it.
This, you gotta move, Troy.
Wait, Surf is still alive. Where's Surf at? What was Surf doing the whole time? Where were the other 2 guys at? Were the other two guys upstairs? Yeah, Stompn killed Surf upstairs. Doki wasn't one defusing. Lure ran out. Blaz was downed. Oh, okay. Blaz was downed. Stompn was holding the upstairs, which you have to do. Lure ran out. Okay, so I did not know Blaz was down. If Blaz is down, if you have one down in that situation, Lure should not have been running out. Lure should have just held the window from the inside, from the pillar right there, while Doki diffused. If he was down, there should not have been run out. Okay, now we have a flip. So we're 6 rounds in now. So now G2 will be attacking, which ironically G2 is a better attacking team than they suck at defense. Okay, as you guys saw. And now Shopify's on defense.
Just not much more to be said than that, I'm afraid.
I forgot about Blaz being down. Blaz being down changes everything. Lure doesn't need to be running out right there then. Because now, Surf is telling him, hey, Stompn's above. I gotta have him distracted. We know where Lure's at because he's running out. We know Blaz is injured. That means there's only one on case and no one's holding it. It's too easy at that point.
To begin with, Shopify Rebellion have just dug deep.
Come on, guys.
Back into this really impressive stuff from the North American side.
That's crazy because when this game first started, G2 was like fucking slamming them. They couldn't even get in the fucking building.
So much on the way in to tournaments.
Stompn on the Capital. Stompn loves Capital.
That can win stuff, and that performance over the last 4 rounds, though, I'm not putting them down.
He is so into his monitor. I can't do that.
It's that sort of resilience and that sort of ability.
I don't see any like freaking out by anybody though. That's good.
How well they've worked together as a team. You know, the quiet performance of Surf finds himself never.
You've got to.
Not ideal. You know, and then you've got
that did not just fucking happen. You did not just do that.
Well, they've worked together as a team. You know, the quiet performance of Surf.
Why? Why? Investigate that motherfucker right now for gambling. Right fucking now for gambling.
I get it like happening once in a round, but twice?
Wait. Someone else did it? Someone else did it? Blaz just killed his own teammate with a thermite charge. Yo.
Fats, I'll give them that, but it's certainly not going to win you any rounds, I'm afraid, boys. Blaz and Stompn could do the very best.
Oh my fucking goodness. I just spent all fucking afternoon glazing these fucking guys. Oh, the commentators. These commentators are great. Now, Stompn has clutched a 1v5 in this scenario in Pro League. Only difference is they have a clash up. I don't think the other team had a clash up. You can firebolt them off, but it's really not going to do a whole lot.
Certainly not going to be ideal. Just hold him at bay for the time being. They do manage to get that connector wall open, so can put a little. I think someone's
got to go IT. I think someone's got to go IT.
Can get from the angles there. We've seen Stompn certainly achieve wilder things.
Go IT. You have to. Left.
Through IT, Blaz will continue pushing from connector. 45 seconds.
Guys, we gotta get a pick, guys. We gotta get a pick. You gotta get a pick. You gotta get a pick. They're not gonna give you one. You gotta go get it. You gotta go get it. Oh, the Ella mine. The Ella mine.
Seconds to play out. Stompn on his belly like a snake, hoping to catch something.
Nice. No, immediately gets traded. Blaz, are you just fucking jerking your dick over here? What are we doing?
Or at least being terrored by Canadian on the clash.
Left on the E-box, You're so unaware.
Who gets his own shotgun kill. And what was a bit of a gift of a round, surely is secured by Shopify Rebellion. Now a 3-round gap over G2.
I mean, you know, we've done a lot.
So Loira grenades himself, and then Blaz blows up Albow with a thermite charge.
He's having a phenomenal start to it. Really impressive so far. Quietly going about his business.
Like,
8-3.
Let me hear this timeout. Shut up.
Every time, I even say, it's just a point. But now it's just not a point, okay, guys? They already have 5, and then, like, let's keep that thing that you have in mind. Like, they already have the 5. Let's go for the coming back here. So, like, let's be very careful. Like, how are we gonna do things? Like, now, the probably go basement. Let's home clear. If they go storage, say, who gonna shoot the C4 for Blaz, okay? Like, if there's C4, Lore could also go below. Like, remember our fundamentals. Why we spoke about everything, okay, guys? Let's put our shit together.
Yeah, we are muting that, twin. What the fuck? If I'm a player trying to listen to that, what, like, all you've done is chalk my mental even further at that point.
We're better than them. Let's go.
Yeah. Don't you let me hang in.
I've missed the Romario timeouts because it makes me think that someone's coming from a job with how fast he can talk.
Yeah, I thought I fucking talked fast. I want to see what happened with this thermite charge.
You know, actually, no, we really respect what he says during those timeouts, and it's always useful. So who are we to judge? Maybe just this.
The pain of watching that, you can see that I think Alamay is trying to get up onto the roof, but I think unintentionally.
Did he like bug out or something? He just like, oh, yes, he's right. He accidentally sprinted, which causes a delay. So chat, if you sprint across the wall right here, it causes a delay and you can't move anywhere because the game has to process. See how he turned? That's tough. That's just okay. That's just unlucky as fuck. That's just unlucky as fuck.
A little bit better.
Oh god. Now this is Shopify's map, so once again they should win this map. But man, just look, if I'm on G2, my mental is chalk for this map because this is just, they started off, should have been up 3-0 and then just got slammed 3 rounds in a row, and now you just gotten fucking unlucky as hell.
Control coming out, given Blaz has got over.
I mean, I think you just kind of get this map done at this point. You know what I'm saying? You just got to move on to Clubhouse. Clubhouse is next up. And then the tiebreaker is Fortress.
Is immediately. There's no denial available for the side. They just want Stompn to open up that Mav line underneath. Just make sure that there's, you know, nothing.
They really. What are those Abana charges?
But there's no denial available on the side of Shopify Rebellion.
What are those Abana charges? Now you have to waste 3 more.
Little messy. It's going to take a few.
They can shoot these.
Oh my fucking goodness.
I think they got away with 1.
I think they'll still have a walkable breach in there, but it means that all of the pellets are gone as well.
That's guys. What is, I mean?
If that's the only wall they feel they need to open,
what is happening?
Both hard breaches to do it. More power to you. Having the frags.
It's like I'm watching the Kidney Pain era at WoW again.
Those available, I think, is quite a big gain at the same time.
I could have taken a fucking nap.
Definitely gives you a
okay, we're clearing out top rafts.
More in terms of your lineups when you have the Maverick on side. Which means
I like the Nomad in.
They've got Doki taking up that Wrexham position.
Alamai's already up top rafters. This is good. We have any sort of flank watch. Yep, there comes the flank. Do they know? They know. Okay, there we go. Okay, so reset. We got the flank watch out. Reset. Got a minute 15, which is a long time in Pro League. Oh, they got more flankers coming. G2 knows. Oh, wait, the bomb site's first 4. I'm an idiot. I thought it was top 4. Oh, come on, wall bang. Wait.
Pressure the North Americans.
Loira's going below. I like that for a flank potentially.
He might be able to get away with it too, but no.
Surf's down there. Surf's gonna try to play a Valk C4 on the plant. They have to clear Surf out. You got to go. Is that 2? There's 2 downstairs now.
Be careful of this. Loira holding on towards the spot, sees his man, steps across now in towards site itself.
Nice, Alamau. You got to go, Laura. You got to go.
This is G2's round.
No, you're gonna get pinched. You got to pick. You've got to pick one there. You have to pick one. You have to pick one, and you have to go, or else that's gonna happen. You get pinched. And now we're just selling. And then Valk is still below for the C4 on the plant, and there it fucking is. Okay, but now he can plant because there's no more C4, right? Right? Come on, Stompn. Hold him, Stompn. This is where Stompn's clutch. No. Come on! Finally!
That's going to be around for G2.
And would have had the, even if he managed to get the kill on towards.
Chat, what are you all learning in this, by the way? What are you all learning in this? If you all have been paying attention, the team that's gotten the first pick each time has gone on to win the round. This is why it's important to not sell your life in the first minute of the round.
It's 5-3
if you all pay attention, watch that. It's rare that someone that wins the first pick loses the round.
Right there. If G2 win it, we're back with
well, Mike, I know you're not. You don't even know what the damn game is.
Not quite a match point, but are close enough that you can see either side getting there first.
I'm surprised they knew that he was there.
G2 face off on the attack onto the base.
See right there? Blur's got to just pick one and go. He got stuck in the middle. I thought when Ambi killed, I thought it was over right there. I thought when Ambi killed him right there. There's a C4, which wasn't even on the plant. Wait. The Valk kind of low-key threw the round for them. The Val kind of low-key threw the round for them. He blew his C4 early.
Guarantee themselves that.
I'm going to be yapping.
Opportunities to
Just
get
let me
it
have
closed
fun.
out and done inside
I mean, damn.
of regulation, which
God forbid a white boy get a little motion.
would be a fantastic result for Shopify Rebellion. As I said, players like Canadian on there, so much experience. Anybody can turn around a deficit. If anybody can just wipe away a couple of rounds and think, you know what, no big deal.
I need the snow to get over so I go give me a little car wash. I haven't even gotten to see my car all cleaned up yet.
Looking to close this one out.
And be jumping on to the Solus.
Okay.
It's very useful for seeing a lot of what's.
So this is big right here. This is big right here. Okay, this is going to be. Is this a basement? Is this a basement? Yeah, it is basement. We got the Clash is up. We have no verts. So we have no vert out of G2 here. So this is basically pretty much a full-on kind of horizontal site push. Now, I do have the Dokkaebi and the Deimos as well as a Nomad for roam clearing up top. But I don't think they're going to make any vert up top.
At least in terms of movement, they've got some players gathered around.
Yep, there goes the Nomad and Deimos. Where's the Dokkaebi at? Dokkaebi's on. Okay, here we go. We're setting up the crosses. I don't like making all that noise out of Doki.
No, I wouldn't expect so. We're going to take.
You got motion? Yeah, I got motion to him.
And then they can continue on moving through. Ooh. Look at this, just having a little wander through.
Ooh, Blaz is inside. Blaz is inside. They don't know. Blaz is inside. They don't know. Yes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now you know where the guy is at here. He's on the pillar.
As he continues to fight hard.
That's Case though. Case, they know Case is down. That's not good.
Blaz going so far behind.
I think Blaz got a little too he kind of overheated right there a little bit. He kind of heat checked. But it's still good. We got the opening pick and Blaz was able to find a gap into sight. Now my question is, does G2 kind of reset here and go to sight? I don't think so, because if you look over there on Shopify side, they have the Solus up, which means that they cannot plant until that Solus is dead, pretty much, or they distract the Solus.
Them. Still 75 seconds yet to play, but they've kind of got to work upwards here, which is what makes
nice,
it
Doki.
awkward.
This guy's no idea. This guy's no idea. Where are you whiffed? No, what are you doing? He's freaking out. He's freaking out. There you go. Take a breath. Nice, Alamo. We got sight. The Solus is still up, but he's fighting upstairs. There's the Solus. That's why you have to clear that Solus out. Stompn, this is you. Stompn, this is you. You have to clear the Solus. Stompn, this is you. Stompn, this is you. You've got to clear the Solus.
Just manages to find that plant again. Not going to be anything he can do about it.
There you go, Loira.
Oh,
and here comes Spoit for a potential clutch. Spoit for a 1v3. Spoit for a 1v3. Slammed by Doki. Yeah! I told you they just have to get a big ass fucking deficit first.
5 in a row to
Come on. Come on.
A different conversation about round 7 if it hadn't gone the way that it had, Tim. It's certainly a chaotic start to the half, but now they're back in striking distance.
Come on, Twin.
Rebellion. And as I said, that last round was a crucial one for me in terms of how things stack up, because now you can definitely see a world where G2 win this next one, then it's anyone's guess who can close it out. And probably,
it's payday time.
Not, we find ourselves going to overtime.
What did Jared go to Sam's Club for?
Drop it in there nice and early.
Certainly looks like it's heading that way. Shopify Rebellion, you know, we've spoken about the experience on that side. Of course, we've spoken about players like Stompn on the side of G2, but let's not forget, you know, you've got players like Dokkaebi, 5 previous, this is his 5th SI, 4 previous. You've got Alamo on number 6, you know, they know what it's all about. Plenty of majors and everything under their belts as well, so just as much as Shopify Rebellion are capable of knuckling down and finding a comeback, as to our G2, and they have done exactly that. 4-5 now on the scoreboard. They seem to have had a little bit of a reset, and will continue fighting for this one. It's going to be
top floor.
Yeah, one of the more direct to sight ones out of the bunch as well. You're not playing this kind of chasing shadows on the roam clear throughout the entire game, or as G2 very riskily did in the previous round.
Now G2 might have found something there. This is what NAL teams like Shopify like to do. Lots of roaming. G2 said, fuck that. Okay, you're going to keep doing that. We're going to go right to site. So G2 might have found something there.
Remarked quite a lot. Shopify Rebellion have been fantastic when it comes around to the strategical side of around the attack. They look very, very coordinated. G2 really to put up a fight. We're now sort of seeing the spin on that, where G2 are more just kind of catching Shopify Rebellion with surprising, and I wouldn't quite go far as saying like crazy attacks, because they're nothing too insane, but it's certainly not the kind of bread and butter standard that Shopify Rebellion are expecting in the game.
Now, this is kind of like a bunker setup, pretty much. They're all second floor. They're all there's really no extension here by Shopify.
Straight away, we have connector wall getting opened inside of 30 seconds.
So I low-key would have liked to seen a buck or something. for G2 to go below.
The minute
Make some vert.
has Rexon kind of holding that position from behind the mirror window. That's something that they'll need to deal with. They've got the mirror window open inside of IT as well. That's now going to be extended with a few of those ex-Kairos pellets just to prevent an opportunity, or provide an opportunity rather, for G2 to do a bit of work. Again, so what are we doing? Messy breaching going on here. We see the ex-Kairos pellets being...
Can we get Blaz off the fucking Hibana, please? I mean, he's got to be one of the worst Hibanas I've ever seen in Pro League.
Can't remark on it either, Tim.
Low key though, Hibana is kind of hard to use.
Okay, very good. It's open, Tim. We're all good.
They're right at payday, bro. They are fire.
Yeah, I think so. We're gonna find out when someone tries to walk through it in a minute, I guess. Yeah.
What a mess.
Got a minute 40 on the clock.
To deal with on the clash. He's going to be the
I think Stompn might have used his fire off the Capital a few seconds too early.
Not taking any damage yet. One of the fire arrows used from Stompn on the Capital, so they have to have a plan.
There goes Blur below.
Understand how as a team they are.
The problem is though,
with that shield, how are they
there's no one below.
The opportunity there. There is one air jab.
He is Deimos though, and this floor is completely soft on top floor. You might start seeing some traffic come through.
I like how he's playing this, nice and cautious, because he knows it's going to be a serious sticking point for G2.
Well, this is where you'd hope something like the Capital Fire or maybe a nade can be rolled in towards his feet and give him a little bit of support. Or, dare I say, for the most part, you can't, like, ignore him. Like, you know that he's in the room, but he's not all that threatening as long as that shield is up in front of his face. It's the info it gives to the rest of his team.
There goes the Deimos.
More than anything else, and this is where G2, if they can get a couple of kills at the very early start of things and get those entries on side, then you can start to ignore the clash a little bit.
Is he almost there? He is.
Or just
No.
corner, but not quite far enough.
Now he knows. He gave it up. He gave us a spot.
Who knows? Toxic Babe will go out and just back him up.
I don't like how long they're taking. They're stalling. They're stalling out hard here, boys. Yep.
Still not dealt with. Rexon with the second onto Blaz for.
What a hop over. Spoit. What are you doing?
Not sure exactly how that's worked out, but Alamo manages to pick up a double off the back. 15 seconds left to go. 2v2.
Absolute madness, and we'll talk about it afterwards because, yeah, final 10 seconds. G2 need to explode forwards here. Still one track left in back pocket, of course.
Oh my God, Laura! Oh my God, Laura! Laura! Laura!
Just in the nick of time, and G2 get it over.
Also, by the way, can we back this up? I saw something out of the corner of my fucking eye, right there. Right there. Hang on. Now, what the fuck's wrong with this picture? Can anyone tell me what the fuck is wrong with this picture? Anyone see it? What is like the first thing you do when you enter a building in Rainbow Six Siege? Anyone see it? Y'all see that big ass orange glow up there? That is a default camera that G2 never sought out. So the entire time that G2 was on these top rafters, Shopify knew where they were at.
Get the job done for
Who the fuck does this shoot a damn default cam?
This is a big gamble for Shopify.
There were 3 of the motherfuckers up there and no one shot it.
By hook or by crook, G2 have got themselves to a spot where it's 5 apiece. And betting away, Super kind of wishes that timeout was still available to his team. Because my God, do they need one right now? It is not looking pretty for them. As you say, trying a different site off towards Kitchen we go. Definitely the least played site on this map overall. But maybe thinking, well, if the standard sites ain't working, Tim, we'll try something a little bit different.
Straight away.
Is it big brain for bait?
Yeah, exactly that. The Blackbeard is going to be used by.
I guess, but they did have, if I remember correctly, they had 2 or 3 operators.
All right.
Shopify, that is, with C4s. So giving them that camera, you're basically giving them like, okay, when they, you know when they're going to scoot up. I know when to throw the C4. So no, it's just really not big brain.
Got a player inside of Kitchen and just going to be trying.
Because they can also see that and say, hey, we know there are 5 G2 players still alive, but 3 of them are here as Raptors. Now, if they want Raptors, they probably want Aqua control as well. So we know that there's 2 probably on Aqua. Spoit's dead.
Great start taking down.
Ooh, Spoit 4 and 9.
Look a bit too easy there. More Alamo applying the
Spoit 4 and 9.
on the blitz to ensure he could be finished off.
There goes their grilled bees. This guy's fucking loving the clash.
Inside about 60 seconds.
5-5 ball game here, chat.
They know what's going on.
5-5 ball game. We got the blitz upstairs. Stompn on the BB? I would have put Stompn on the Blitz. Stompn on the Blitz. Stompn is good at Blitz. I haven't really seen him on BB very much, so I don't know.
Gonna have the clash of Canadian just holding up proceedings.
Really, Doki? Again, just Doki overheating.
Off the back of Canadian's intel, off that information, and you can see it's backing Lawyer up as well because he knows he can't challenge too deep onto this clash because as soon as he does, he'll get swung blast. Manages to pick up Surf. Now finding us 4 versus 3. G2. They can still get this done. 1:05 left on the clock.
Plenty of time.
It's more Rexon inside of sight that's going to be a bother, and I think Ambi, who's kind of been backing up Canadian, who's lurking around.
Stompn, don't do it.
Being a little bit of
Can we get the hatch open? Is the hatch open in the closet?
It feels like this suddenly gets a hell of a lot easier.
Chat, there's a hatch on the roof in that closet. If you can get it open, those people can't sit in kitchen anymore.
The players around the clash that are more of the issue.
Okay, I like this. I like this. Problem is, there's going to be someone in this corner to your left, almost certainly. Yeah, there it is. He's pinged, though. They know he's there.
Absolutely not. He needs to go in there and get the kill realistically or force.
Ambi's in kind of a good spot right now. Rex is down. Rex is down. Stompn's dead, though. That's not great, but it's okay. We still have a shield up. They know where Ambi's at now. They know where Ambi's at now. This is great. Back off and go for the Fimir. Back off and go for the Fimir. Oh, he is the Fimir. I'm an idiot. Inside. Ambi, you are fucking ass. What the fuck's happening in this game? All of a sudden, like, Shopify looks like ass. So now, G2 is at 6 points. They are on match point. So if they win this, they win the game. Or this match at least.
Coming into kitchen was immediately onto Canadian. He can't point his shields both way at the same time.
Yo, Spoit, what's going on, Bubba?
He goes down as a result. G2 with a real good showing there.
Spoit, come on, dude. I wanted to see Stompn versus Spoit Cinema. Right now, it's kind of been like the other guys on the team.
They're gonna be kicking themselves because they were up 5-2.
I want to see Stompn versus Spoit Cinema, but it's kind of just been the others. Wow, Ambi let him cross there.
Things have been a bit up and down, but within the one map, it's, you know, as
Spoit wash, bro. I love Spoit, man. I really fucking do. He's probably one of my favorite Siege creators. And he does really well in the group stages and all those other qualifiers and stuff at home. But when he gets on LAN, it's a tough watch. When he gets on LAN, it usually results in this. Now every once in a while he will have a crazy fucking game where he's just completely locked in. But something, I don't know if it's nerves. He doesn't seem nervous. I don't know if it's just like doubt. But when he gets on LAN in front of everybody, it almost makes you wonder if he's cheating a little bit. I don't know. That's usually how that goes. That's usually how that goes. Obviously, he's not, chat. They get hella investigated. These guys get hella investigated. But it's just crazy. Okay, this is a much better Hibana. This is much better Hibana. We're gonna try to do top right. They're trying to make the wall soft. Yep.
Much better breach this time, I will say.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
We're going to see it just extended a little bit there as well. Ready to
Doki, don't fucking piss me off, Doki. You know I love you.
Pellets put on there, but it gives at least as much access.
I feel like a Stompn kind of round right here, huh? No, this I'm gonna be honest with you. This kind of feels like a Spoit round. This kind of feels like a Spoit round. I think Spoit might get a 3K here, or a very important 2K. Yeah, hey, Stomp. Why don't you shoot that default camera this time, Bubba? Huh? You ever think about that?
In round 12 to avoid that overtime.
He's got a hell of a jaw on him.
Pause. Course, so they'll be more than happy.
Here comes the firebolt onto the rafters. Rotate.
And keep fighting.
He's gonna hit this Spoit. He's gonna hit Spoit. He's gonna hit Spoit. Is this an Ambi round? Ambi's fucking crazy too. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. Ambi's fucking crazy.
Still 4 more players to find.
Absolutely, it just gives them, you know, a real position here. It gives
that
them
Blaz does have IT.
That they can maybe throw out.
The problem is there's still one C4 up. Still one C4. Got to get rid of that C4.
For a little bit of a challenge onto
they got the default game this time, so there's progress, chat.
Maybe just give that a little bit more than he might now.
Lura's trying to get the smokes to waste his canisters.
Want to maintain that advantage for now. Smoke canister goes out and just prevents that push.
Where's the other two? Where's the other two? Where's Stompn and Alamau?
50 seconds left to go. G2 have
Alamos Aqua.
but they don't have the manpower.
Stompn's hitting the rotate. Stompn's hitting the rotate.
Yeah. Really going to have to pull something special off if they want to get this one done. Otherwise, we are
Now, yes.
Got
Got it really hurt. Oh, he went low. He went low, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the problem with the ACOG. He could not see him. That's why your boy runs hollow sights.
30 seconds.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the problem with the ACOG. He can't see. He couldn't see. About to go to OT first game. 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah. Wow, they're being really fucking patient. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
At the end, it's Surfu takes it, finds his man, and we're going to overtime.
What is this? This match or this map is already just crazy.
15, or do we get it done in 2? It has been an attack-leaning map, 4-2 for both teams.
Yeah, both
so
of these
far.
teams have been ass on
G2
defense so
remain
far.
on the attack here in round 13, which means they get 2 goes at the attack. Shopify Rebellion will only get the 1, and we maintain the same bans that we have seen throughout the game so far. It looks like Shopify Rebellion are going to take us up to that top floor.
See, look, he can't see him. He can't see him lay down on him.
Exactly that, you know, just keep that momentum. You can just kind of look.
Wait, was
for
that
more of the
Spoit that
same.
killed
They've
Stompn?
won it
Was that
very
Spoit that killed Stompn?
convincingly. Keep that momentum.
Who was it that killed Stompn? Was it Spoit or Ambi?
Exactly that, you know, just keep that momentum. You can just.
It was Spoit. Oh, that's Aura.
They've won it very convincingly.
That's
as
Aura
well.
up here.
Mentioned the clash last time around, if you remember. Canadian had brought the two.
Blaz is low-key having a good game. He's finding the gaps.
Again, I don't know. Maybe they feel like they can get more value.
Remember, Doki started 6-2, by the way. He's 9-10 now.
It did a job for them. It stopped them getting
Kind of
game
a cliff fall off a little bit.
It's one of the interactions you've got to remember. The Tabro canister.
Stompn's had a very quiet 60-day game. I don't think he's really had a pivotal kill yet.
Shopify Rebellion, they're the ones who come into overtime with the momentum, having won the last round.
Does make me a little nervous that G2 have seen this setup before, though. Like, these are the exact same 5.
Wait, this is the exact same.
Small things inside the
Here comes the I was just about to say Stompn or somebody's bought the Twitch. The buck going below. I called that 5 rounds ago when we saw this exact same setup. The buck below. Stompn's going to help try to clear out the Finnies. Nomad obviously for the flanks. Grim's going to try to pull out the clash and its support, the support of the clash, and then of course Blaz on the bottom to try to get the ball.
I've heard it go on that long before. Wow, I haven't heard that.
I think this buck could be critical. This buck could be critical right here.
Immediately getting the drone on inside. Like I said, a big part of this round is going to be about getting
Something that G2 does really well is they do get the building pretty fast. It's just sometimes they stall out once they get to the building.
Around the stairs, he's in position at the bottom of Aqua stairs to kind of make a play if they need to onto that underneath. But I don't think there's really enough of a presence
G2's in the building
from Shopify Rebellion to prevent Loira getting in and doing the work.
Don't worry about the mirrors. I would only be going for the Finny traps, honestly. If it was me on the Twitch, I'd only be going for the Finny traps. I like the gas canister blow there.
Server floor, for example, so Canadian can't play
Stompn, you know they're not swinging. They're scared. You know they're not swinging. Okay. Here comes the buck below. With the Grims. With the Grims, this is phenomenal. This is a phenomenal duo. Grim and Buck is a phenomenal duo, by the way, chat.
Getting away from danger, back to the safe arms of his team.
I'm telling you, this Buck below is going to be critical. If he can get at least 1 kill. Obviously, the goal for the Buck is to kill the Clash. That's obviously the goal of the Buck.
Certainly helps, but I think more you're looking towards the Buck here. A lot can be done by Laura to open up that from below and shoot.
Oh, there goes the Grim.
The first to fall on the Grim there. This ain't this the dream so far, Tim.
Doki, what are we doing? Come on, Stompn, clean it up. Doki, what are you doing? Oh, this is tough. Buck's dead below.
Vertical work, and the Buck just hasn't really paid off. He got in, he was established, he was able to do his work.
Doki, why did Doki just swing that?
They weren't able to force the Rebellion into those difficult positions. They weren't able.
Oh, Blaz is so dead. Yeah. Good shot by Spoit. Stompn's fucked here. There's not a damn thing he can do. It is Stompn though. It's just with that clash. Oh, you hear him on the E-box. Nice. That's surf down. Oh, this is gonna be there's no way. Oh, he mistimed it on the Finny running across. Now it's over. The Finny wasn't a very bad spot, but now it's wraps for sure.
Turn to is going to be round 15 in that case. Shopify Rebellion can't step back to this site. They have to go elsewhere, and it's been a little shaky elsewhere with the number of surprises that G2 have thrown at them. So we'll see what happens when we get there.
Good try, Stomp. Good shit, Spoit. Dude, can I go back? Can I go back to Doki swinging that? Can I go back? Right here. Why is he running across? What are you fucking doing? What are you doing? What are you fucking doing right there, Doki? Why are you running across? Let him get the twitch there. Oh my god, what are you doing?
Have they overplayed their hand?
Find out. This is the problem, I think, when your strat book starts to run a little bit light, and when the other side have just got questions that you haven't got answers to. It's when teams like G2 can start to fall apart, I think. You know, they've looked, as I said, very creative through the half.
You know what it almost seems like? It almost seems like they're not communicating enough. Either that or people aren't listening. Because right there, Stompn should have called out that he was getting on his Twitch drone. Doki should have heard that, backed off. But it just looks like they're maybe not communicating about the little things. And in Pro League, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to communicate about you literally hear some of these teams will release their voice comms and stuff after the games just so people can hear, and you literally hear every little thing. Like Doki's commenting about walking up to Raptors right now. Alma's saying, okay, I'm bouncing over to E-Bot. Like you'll hear them say everything. Not just where people are, not just where they're seeing gadgets. Not where breaches are opening, but everything.
Gives us 37 kills between the three of them. Great play.
That's what it almost seems like I'm watching. Maybe they're not commenting about the little things. Okay, Shopify on match point. Remember, for now it's first to 8. Since both teams got to 6, it's first to 8. No wall denial of any kind here. That'd be the two brows there, but that's not really doing anything. I really don't know the two brows' purpose here if you're not going to stop the wall, though. Unless you're just wanting to run the DMR.
Yeah, G2 have enjoyed making what some might describe as art on that wall. Whereas Shopify Rebellion, the sort of no nonsense, get it opened up, let's get ourselves moving on forward, and have done so with various operators throughout the game. We're here taking G2's stack and making.
Who's laying down in E-Box? Is that Alamau?
This time not on the Nomad, as you can see.
Spoit on the Capital. So Spoit, you can see Spoit and Stompn play the same row because they're pretty much playing the same operators.
Do G2 know there isn't a Nomad on the other side?
Oh my god. See, I knew Alabama was going to die.
It's that man again. Surf picks up 2.
Surf is going crazy. Surf is going crazy. It's going to be up to Stompn right here. Doki's going to overheat. I already fucking know it. Don't stare at that. Stompn. He's on Raptor door. Stomp, he's behind you.
Unless they've got some serious game plan heading into that second map, but
Rexon on Raptor door.
At the minute that they're going to be able to turn this one.
No, don't overcommit. Don't overcommit. As soon as he overcommits, Rexon's swinging in on him.
On the drone, yep.
Aqua.
Game plan from here because there is
no garden. I'm getting aggro on this kid in Aqua, by the way. Dude, just stupid. Stomp. That was stupid, bro. You know that breach is open. What are you doing swinging that like that? Now that was Shopify's map, chat. That was Shopify's map, so they should win that map. That's how that rolls. But it's, you know, Shopify's up 1-0 here. It is a best of 3. It is a best of 3. Rex, I think it's time to go up a size, Bubba.
In there and had fantastic passages of play, but we got to look at Surf at the minute. What a map from him. 15 kills.
Well, that was
Surf went on 15. I didn't even notice that.
After a short break.
Did they both run out? Is that what I just fucking saw? Is that what I just fucking saw? Did they both run out?
Next to it going to be sheer chaos, so don't go anywhere. Back after a short break.
So I have my IGL, who's typically the worst player on the team when it comes to fragging, running out on the other team's fragger. Bazziga baba zaba da da. All right. Yeah, bro. I love watching these, bro. You learn so much. And you kind of see where they went right and where they went wrong. And you kind of just take a little bit at a time. Kind of make yourself better. All right, now usually it's like 5 minutes between games. Yeah, 6 minutes. Okay. 6-minute break, chat. Oh, what's the other game on right now? There's no way it's still Secret versus Oxygen. They've been playing forever. Yeah, chat, I got ads on this account because I'm not logged into Brianna's. Damn. Okay, that game must have just finished. See the difference in viewership, though? Stompn and Spoit just have so much aura. All right, chat. Pee break. We got about a 5.5 minute break here. 5.5 minute break. My little feetsies be getting so cold. So cold. I gotta put a little cover, put a little PB on them. God bless America. Quit getting stuck under the chair. Okay, next map up is gonna be Clubhouse. Technically, G2 picked this, but I don't really know about that, Chief. I don't really know about that. I don't really know about that. I'm gonna get a little work done real quick while we're doing that. Make sure everything's still kind of as expected for tomorrow. Oh. Ooh. A little chilly in here. Say, Mike. I mean, if this is over, sort of skimmed it once or twice. Yeah. I don't think there's really hardly anything for you. I think you're gonna be too far west for most of it. You might see a few flakes, maybe a few raindrops, but I really don't think it's much for you. It looks like it mainly develops to your east, like toward Owensboro and then east of Owensboro. Have they come out with any? I've been trying to wait for them to come out with any watches or warnings or anything. I haven't seen any issued yet. Oh, there they are. Okay, let's get that out. Let's get that out while we're doing this. Just say winter weather advisory. Okay. What time is the winter weather advisory for? Sure. It is for 1 p.m. Tuesday to 2 a.m. Wednesday. Jesus. Tuesday. I'm gonna put 1 to 11 p.m. There's no way it's going to fucking 2 a.m. on Wednesday. That's just stupid. Okay, let's get this out. How much time I got? I got 40 seconds. Go, 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 go. I'm gonna do a live tonight at probably about 8:15ish. Make sure there's no typos in that recording. I don't think there's any typos in that, but there probably will end up being typo in it somewhere because that's just how it always goes. How long ago did they issue that? How late was I? I don't even know. It doesn't even show. Let me unmute that for y'all.
The clip we were going to play, and he's like, how was he sitting long arming that? How's that possible? He wasn't happy.
No, he definitely wasn't. I mean, it was a great moment, and we talk about Canadian often, and players in NA even mention him as the GOAT when it comes to IGLing. You called him the man of NA as well. He's showing it once again. One thing you did say about G2 as well is that you love talking about them, but you also can't trust them.
Hate watching this team. I do. Yeah, but you know the round. Everyone knows the round.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it.
I want to see it again, though.
Get it up. Put us out of the misery.
Yeah.
What was this round?
Yeah.
What would G2 doing? I mean, I don't know. You always rely on G2 for a content round. G2 likes play explosive. I'm going to try and say how G2 are planning this. Lover's trying to run in after the door gets blown up. Nades himself. You see it. LOL's coming out in chat. And then it looks like Carl's tried to repel up. And in the end,
I think we're good to go.
The breach.
Just absolute sin about this happening like right after.
And by the way, this was the round right after Canadian made that play.
Bro, shut up. I was making sure everything looks good with the forecast so far.
Much closer, and in the end,
everything looks good.
They're the only team who can do this. I always think as well, this isn't the first time they've done stuff like that. Remember the nade clip on Bank?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It's always that. Why always them?
I don't know. I mean, they laugh at themselves, but yeah.
Team kills well. I love that.
Shut up. Get back to the game.
Yeah, I mean, look at
this. This is how the first map shaked out.
G2, but
you can tell both of these teams are very streaky. Not very much back and forth here, but very streaky.
And saying about how they've got these star players, you know, they brought Spoit over, etc. But Surf going 15-8, and I think for me,
Spoit kind of turned up at the end. He was 4-9 at one point.
In the world, in my mind, being in those cut-off positions in terms of allowing the front line players on his team to create the space, and then he's there cutting the players off when the defenders are trying to get away. He's there picking up those kills, and he is so exceptionally good at it. Obviously, went 15-8 inside of that game.
Damn, Doki started last game 6-2. By the way, he finished 9-12.
And his teammates
that's not gonna get it done, obviously.
After freebie, after freebie,
and a lot of the kills, he's outside, just on the breach, like standard stuff. And G2 are falling into that, which doesn't surprise me. G2, I think, came out the storm fighting. They wanted to try and just play kills and kills, and then they caught onto it.
Yeah, well, of course, now G2's map pick will be, or sorry, G2's permaban, sorry, as we were talking about it, will
But it
be
is their
off
map pick,
next.
yeah.
Yes, okay, but it is their map pick, so there's a lot of question marks around that.
See, that's what I was saying earlier.
Can they show that
G2 almost always, you get like 3 or 4, I think you get 3 bans, and the first ban out of G2 is almost always Clubhouse. The fact that they actually not only got it, but picked it is very strange to me. That's why I kept saying I think this could be a Shopify 2.0, just because historically G2 is bad on Clubhouse, and they know that, so they permaban it.
And
instead of permabanning it this time, they picked it. So it's definitely, I don't know if they've practiced it, maybe feel more confident in it. This is gonna be a weird one. This is gonna be a weird one, Chad. This is gonna be a weird one, for sure. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Let's see if G2 can fight their way back in and take us, Tim, to Fortress.
Interesting to see what gets banned here, whether it's going to be walls or it's going to be intel.
But for now, Clubhouse
very interested to see
G2 and a chance for us all to see that Shopify Rebellion. They take this map, they take the 2-0, they get 4 points. G2, they walk away empty-handed. So let's see what G2 have been cooking these last few months while this has been sat as their perma-ban. I was looking at the numbers, actually, and over the last year, G2 have banned this map away.
So we're going, Mira's a good ban on this map. You got to immediately ban Mira on this map. She is phenomenal on this map. Probably her strongest map.
Twice.
They went Thermite, they're going Ace.
And frankly got battered in their loss. So
G2 bans the Mira and the Zombie, which are 2 really good ops to ban. Those are also Spoit's ops. And then Shopify goes Thermite and Ace.
Taking a gamble with this one.
Left all the shields up, which I think is interesting. Keep an eye on that. Left all the shields up.
In that preparation they've done to have themselves ready to be.
And again, this is going to be a weird one, chat, because this is usually G2's permaban. Now they are picking the map, which is interesting. So it means that the last few months they must have just been practicing it.
Likely to be going there.
Okay, we got Stompn on the ground. I love Stompn on the ground, by the way.
Best of 5 stretch, generally speaking.
Interested to see if we get a shield pulled out. They could be waiting. So again, if those of you that may not watch Pro League a lot, if you see up here, there's a third ban that happens 3 rounds in. A lot of times you will actually see teams hide what op they really want to play and not really play it very much. So that way, in hopes, first 3 rounds, obviously, you're kind of just chalking. Those final 3 rounds of each side that are pivotal, they hope to be able to pull out their true, what they like to call their wild card. So just keep that in mind. It's something a little bit different than your regular ranked.
When you've got to open up a couple of walls, you have to make sure you've got them, and that may well mean.
Oh my God, they're just getting in there. Oh my God, they're just flying in. This is the G2 I like. This is the G2 I like. They're in that bitch. They're in that bitch.
It would appear that G2 have been doing some work on.
Don't stall though. If you're gonna do it, do it. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Dorky does get taken down. Managed to slow things down.
See, that's what I'm saying though. If you're gonna do it, do it. Don't get caught in between with your pants down. If you're gonna go, go.
Not too bad.
Got caught in between.
3-3.
Now, what ops do they get out? Not really important. What you're looking to get out right there is probably this mute. Actually, they really don't have. Actually, it really doesn't matter. They have the traps ops out, and then for the G2 side, it doesn't really matter that Yana and Ashe died. As long as they still have the Capital, the Hibana, and the Buck up, they still have their execute ops, basically. So, interesting. Ambi is still up with his Scopus. Keep that in mind. He can teleport anywhere. Very interesting out of G2 there. They flew in and then just stopped. Okay, they got the other Scopus out. So that's really big.
Teleporting up to strip and cause
only bad thing out of G2 here is they don't really have any nades or Twitch drones or Flores drones or anything to clear out those Goyos. So if it gets to a situation where G2 is trying to plant with under 40 seconds to go, it might be a little bit of tough sledding.
A minute 15 left on the clock. They
Keep that in mind.
Need to rush anything. They can take their time. They can drone.
They know. No, Stompn, you fucking choke artist. Come on.
So, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, get rid of that. Yep.
That rotation hole there.
We got 2 on the main hall. Ooh, that Goyle's good. That Goyle's good.
Same time too. Still G2.
Wait, one Goyle got popped. One Goyle got popped. They now have a gap. They now have a gap. Just gotta wait it out. Wait, I don't think anyone's in church. I don't think anyone's in church. This is a gap. This is a gap. There's one in church. There's one in church. He gets the kill. You gotta kill this kid. You gotta kill this kid. Blaz, you fucking shitter! Blaz, you fucking shitter! How do you lose that?
Canadian nearly gets found out.
How do you lose? Why do you stop shooting?
What a play from Canadian, an important
You
double.
fucking shitter.
Moving in behind the bar, Rebellion, and to say the way that round
You
started,
fucking
they
shitter.
were able to kind of put their
He
foot
fucking
against the
stopped
wall and
shooting.
kick back against G2.
You know, I kind of get it though.
Really impressive
I kind of
stuff,
get
and
why
it
he
makes
stopped
me
shooting
worried,
though.
Eds.
Now I'm
I know
calming
that
down.
G2 have picked this map. I know that they've got
Because
a plan.
I'm gonna be honest
I know
with you,
they've done the work.
that was a fucking
But
headshot.
Shopify Rebellion
And
still
that mute
come
should have
out
been
with
dead.
that first
The
defensive
reason he stopped
round, and
shooting was to
G2
conserve
have got
bullets so
work
he
to
didn't
do.
have to
What I will
reload because he
say
has
is
a
that
slow
is one of our
reload
most
gun. That's the
defender-sided
little shit that those
sides in
pros
the
think
whole
about.
game, and the fact that it came down to a 3v3
It's just unfortunate. I don't know how that mute wasn't dead. How much health did that mute have, by the way? We have time to go back and check.
So mainstairs and blue, here they go, Tim.
Canadian nearly gets found out there.
Damn, he was one. Was that? Let me see.
Canadian nearly gets found out.
How's that not ahead? How's that not a? I'll take it back, Blaz. I think you got sold by the game right there. I take it back, buddy. You're not. You're still a shitter, but I take it back a little bit. I don't know how that wasn't ahead. I don't know how that was. I gotta take it back a little bit.
I can't say your defense is going to be that much better because both teams have been really good at attacking.
This is going to be such a shitty map. I can already tell.
Generally have left a little bit to be desired, I'd say.
Jesus.
Stompn very, very cautious about
Ross is
any
dealing with
early
Trap Bob
aggression that
here.
might come out of Shopify Rebellion from those upstairs windows. Doesn't want to be
Here comes the
giving
fucking
anything away.
clash out.
It's exactly what we would expect at this level. Doesn't mean to say that we always get it.
Oh, they have one. They have one trapped here. Someone get on blue window. Stop it. Get on blue window. Stop it. Get on blue window. Too late. Too late. Too late.
Manages to hit his heel.
That would have been big if they got the souls out already, chat. That would have been fucking massive.
Alive to fight another day.
That's the second round now where he's been in a quite
That would have been
precarious spot.
massive.
He's had a couple of guns starting to close in on him. It was inside of church last time around on the Scott boss. I was like, what's the name again? On the Scott boss here, of course, it's running around on the solo.
That would have been big if they could have got the souls out, chat.
And keep himself alive, and that is pretty key for his team to not go down.
Well, actually, interestingly enough, Amy's not running. Amy's not running C4 on the Solus. Okay, so they're going for a CC clear. The site's bedroom and gym. They're going for a CC clear and then sweeping over. No one's playing windows, it doesn't look like.
And this is okay because they can play behind.
Do they have the Logi hatch open is my question. You got to have the Logi hatch open for this. Does G2 have the Logi hatch open? If not, Shopify can just sit in Logi.
He slows you down, you make noise when you're being zapped, your guns tossed everywhere while you're being electrocuted by.
We do have a Stompn playing highway. Stompn's playing highway.
A free kill for a teammate to step in and force out a 1 versus 1. So that's what they've got to be mindful of, is keeping these players alive along with Canadian, because that's when they can come out on top. So yes, there are
fucking Wamai. Wow, there were 2 Wamais and then there's a C4. There were 2 Wamais in the window and there's the C4. Ooh.
Manages to find that opener, and again it's
Surf? Are you fucking dumb? Do you not see that you're being Demos tracked? Literally so free? Is this guy dumb too? Oh, watch the window. Hold up. Wait for the Demos. Wait for the Demos. Demos, you gotta get up red. Demos, you gotta get up red. Fucking Wamais.
At this point here, these can watch on towards Jim. Sorry, Surf carries on his reign of terror throughout the series, though. Gets rid of Loira downstairs. The vertical pressure has been removed. They've got
oh my God, Alamau.
One player on windows, even Blaz inside the side, but the clash is bearing down on him. Feeds the info to Rexon. Doki not going to be able to recover this one, I'm afraid, Tim. And like I said, this is where I start to get a little bit nervous now as we step through these next couple of sites. Now just down to the one site. G2 could find themselves down 3-0, and that's
Logi.
Very, very torrid second quarter.
Yeah, it does. I think the one thing that G2 have got to be looking towards at the minute, you know, when we look at map preference and when we look at Rebellion, Clubhouse isn't a big map for them.
You got 2 C4 ops, and no one's there to hold the C4 off of Stompn coming out the window. That's the shit that's annoying me. Like, they're just not doing the little things right. This is SI, not fucking EWC. Do the little shit right.
attack win rate there down at 31%, which means Shopify Rebellion need to be getting at least 4 rounds here. They are on course for it, but it's kind of par for the course.
Wait, what? Did I not pay the credit card bill? I swear to God I did it yesterday.
With those attacking stats.
Yes, like I said earlier on as well. Like I think
what you mean it's due?
Better attacking than they are defending overall. I know the stats don't point to it. From what we saw back on Labs, that's absolutely the case. So I'm a little bit nervous about the second half if G2 find themselves losing here. Expect attack timeout. Expect some kind of change coming into the second quarter. But it comes back to also
I made. Did none of my payments save? Great. Now I'm gonna have a late payment. Did none of them save? Did none of them process?
Is letting the star quality shine on through. When those stars are suppressed, what happens? Seeing it play out in this series already.
Let me check my bank.
Shopify Rebellion then with the same start here as G2 had back on that Haven Labs, starting with a 2-0. And it's the question being now whether G2 can fight their way back in the same way that Shopify Rebellion were able to. Clash is this time being brought
Apple.com.
He's going to be playing out in the garage, so there's got to be a plan to get rid of him. There is no Capitao on side for G2, so they're going to have to
LetMeLive.com. What is that?
Clear out that garage catwalk.
Okay, I guess none of my, yeah, I guess I'll make those payments tonight. Okay, now I'm gonna have it. I hate my credit card website. Sometimes it processes my payments and sometimes it just doesn't. It's just like, okay, now I've got a late payment.
Hang on, are they really trying to go for this? And I think very quickly chased off by Doki.
Oh, this is so risky, Doki.
Just gonna be holding that angle.
Doki, this is so risky. Please stop. You're scaring me.
At
least nade him out. At least nade him out first. At least nade him out.
To anybody up there.
Nope.
Rexon's just going to be keeping himself down below the parapet now, given that he's low health. He does have support from Ambi beneath, though. That's
Rexon's low. The Jaeger's up there. I'm an idiot. The nades would be useless.
Movement now should force Ambi back a little bit deeper, maybe towards lounge.
Okay, they're spending a lot of time on this one guy.
Of course, in Doki's back pocket, but he needs to be in the right spot.
Me for about 10. All right, bet.
Who can get underneath him, assuming, of course, we can deal with the ADSs and the Magnus and Surf. Manages to get rid of one. He's having an unbelievable game once again. Across these first 3 rounds.
Yeah, great stuff from him. And
the Jaeger's there, Alamau. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
As Rexon gets picked up by Doki.
Doki gets him anyway.
So that leaves us now 4 versus 4. 1:15 left on the clock. G2 can start the movement up garage catwalk, but I think they are just still a little bit concerned about Ambi's location and where he's gone. They must know that he's gone down into the basement now, but how do they deal with that problem? That's going to be the big question for G2 to solve.
Okay, so it's going to be 3 on site, 1 stuck in basement.
For example, they've got tools with which to do that. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's easy that he can't find a way through in the end. There is always a way through. So hitting the site might not be the end of the world here, Tim. That's what they're going to try and go for. One top red, you've got the clash up nice and close as well. Of course, got Doki in close proximity at the same time. So really we've seen the 2 forces just smashed together here inside of site. Is it safe to plant? Not quite yet, because there's a C4 waiting with Canadian.
Stompn is going to go for... Oh, he looks to just back out of it, but will be taken down by Spoit. 3 versus 3 as Doki grabs the diffuser and goes to put it down. They are aware the plant's going down because of Canadian's position. He manages to find the kill onto Alamau, but can do nothing about the plant, which is secure.
W plant. I like Doki just going deep here. That's going to catch him off guard. Lura's outside. They know. They know. How do they know?
They've got pings onto him, Tim. This is so hard to fight, though. They've got to be
shoot.
With this Maverick height, Canadian has got the cross, and he's also found a 3K in the round, and Tim, G2 in free fall.
Spoit loves this fucking map, dude. I don't understand why G2 picks it.
The challenge was not on the door. He knew that the challenge was too difficult because he would have to play through that narrow mav hole. Instead, he swings all the way out wide and takes the fight at a favorable angle for himself and wins it. G2. They've got to be asking them big... Now
remember, chat, this is just group stages, so no one's getting eliminated today.
A tactical timeout.
And both of these teams will probably make it through the playoffs.
The standard one that you always
so, no one's getting eliminated today, so it's not that big of a deal if anybody loses, but man, G2 looks like fucking ass.
having a lot of problems with the Clash. If they like if they're gonna basement like with the Clash, remember like don't need to panic. I just need to avoid like how the Clash is. Like maybe like we have them shoot Zopical. Maybe you can do the dirt execute and play only for blue.
If they're playing Clash, I can't, bro. They gotta do
Yeah,
just
but that's what I'm saying. Like you need to see like where is the Clash is playing. Okay, so like if you're playing shoots like and if the Clash is not playing dirt, like you have the cross, like not hit the dirt, and then like if they have already like inside dirt, like you have the cross like a kitchen, and then like we like play for the shoots for church. Okay, see if you can play the shoots. If you can't, you can't. Like just like and for the Jin, see also if you can do the direct. Okay, so like we like have more time to avoid the execute. Okay,
yeah,
let's
okay.
go.
Oh,
Okay. Go.
So the bold call coming in not to ban the Clash. We've seen it across both maps have varying amounts of impact. I think it's pretty fair to say, Tim. But clearly they are starting to get frustrated by here. They feel that they can play through it by running more shields. Time will remain on that side, we'll see.
This was the one. Absolutely brilliant.
They knew he was there because of the camera they saw him go through.
When I see kills like that, I just think, like you said, they're using the intel so well.
I don't know, Mike, because a lot of these guys are so smart. They really don't need it. I think the coach is really just there to kind of calm them down, and then the coach, like outside of games, helps them game plan and stuff. Like during the game, the coaches really can't do a whole lot, and they really don't offer a whole lot. They kind of just offer a different perspective there. Like, don't waste the ban on the Clash, ban something else.
Of course, you know, no one's seen G2 play it in officials.
Ban the Bandits?
G2 on this map as well. This is the thing,
I
right?
probably would have banned the Solus or something, maybe the Cade. I don't know about this Bandit ban. I don't know about that, Chief.
Oh, I've seen someone use that one before.
Alabao just killed Spoit. Ooh, told him to sit down. Told him to sit. Oh, okay, Alabao. This is the shit I like to see. Get a little fucking angry. Right now, you're kind of low-key getting bent over. Get a little angry. Stompn's got to wake the hell up, too. 0-3 is not going to cut it. He got sold a couple of times, but he's got to wake the fuck up. He is their X Factor.
Make sure that they were getting themselves on that front foot.
Another basement site.
They need rounds. Simple as that.
You have the opening pick. Take it slow. Big news is they got the two brow too. So now two brow can't freeze the hatches. So now I think you're probably going to see G2 go get all these hatches open.
For G2, the fight back needs to start now, and they want to be getting at least 2, if not all 3 of the following rounds.
Taking out the default cam there at least for a moment.
You EMP the default cam? You EMP the default cam? Bazigazababa, right. What, baby?
Which I don't think is going to do too much for them just yet.
He gets half comments and then switches in. Yeah, he talks like me, bro. Now, do they have any C4s below? They have one C4 below, so you got to be careful of that.
Does have the destruction of the pistol, but needs to be cautious, of course. We've still got a nitro downstairs in the hands of Canadian.
Let's get this hatch open, boys. Look at these hatches open. We got a minute 20 on the clock.
He certainly will do. 5 versus 4 still for G2. 1 minute 20 left on the clock.
A bag of paydays just randomly fell.
Work done on these hatches. You can see them just spraying through there. Canadian looks for the nitro throw. Does an awful lot of damage to Loira, who, fortunately for him, was up on the countertop.
Okay, we got a minute 4. We need to get these hatches open. We need to get these hatches open, gentlemen.
100%, and that would have been a way for
Okay, we got 2 hatches open. Can we get that kitchen hatch open, though?
Laura's still charging around. Yet to really see the gadget be put to the most effective
That's
use
what
case
satisfied
they're
Ray's Grammy
looking for.
performance last night.
I'd
Oh,
imagine
she
getting
performed at the
away
Grammys last night? It was bad? Yeah, I can only imagine.
With that, it is offline,
Think Laura's so
and now managed
good.
to get kitchen hatch opened up.
I bet you it was fucking bad.
Head down to the
Ooh. Ooh, the smokes. This is why you got to open those hatches.
To move sharply then, and
Y'all got a nade? We got a nade? You have to... Go. He's gone. Go. Nice. Take the trades. Push, stop and push. Oh my God, they're finally on the board.
It's about time they got themselves something going, wasn't it? Because it was.
I can't believe they picked this fucking map. G2 is not good at this map.
Off the back of attack timeout. Before Rebellion, now we get to look at those secondary 2 sites. Now I mentioned the downstairs was one of our.
If it goes to map 3, baby, in between, or in the break, it's like a 6-minute break. I'll watch the Adversary
Only then
performance.
imagine that means cash CC in round 6, unless they decide, you know what, basement does sound better. Let's get back down there again.
Back to gym.
This will be the big
G2 did not know how to attack this last time.
Being picked up, Canadian making use of it. You heard during the attack time from Alia, they feel they've got an answer to it, Tim, and it's not shields by the looks of it. They're changing away from
Dude, honestly, she really wasn't bad at acting in that show that we watched. She needs to just stick to that. Every one of these fucking TikTok stars trying to become a damn singer, bro. And they all sound the fucking same because it's all auto-tuned and AI-tuned.
It's 2 rounds in a row, and it's kind of the minimum that G2 need. They kind of hit their threshold then. Shopify Rebellion will be looking and thinking, we need...
Like, the only one that I've liked out of the whole TikTok crew that's went on to sing is Bella Porch, or whatever her name is, Bella Porch, whatever. And she don't even fucking sing, really. She just did like a couple songs and stopped, I think. Oh, Alex Warren, yeah.
So, a big round for these two to fight over.
There's been every single time, I'm not gonna lie, every single time I've seen Alex Warren perform live, I watched a video of it, it's been ass. I'm not gonna lie. Like that one with Luke Combs. There was another one as well. And then her last night's performance was pretty fucking bad too.
on the windows to help.
And the Blaz is dead. Buzz all right.
Wonder
why she stopped TikTok? No, I mean,
micro EMPs. That's going to sting because now all they can rely on is Doki to get walls opened up.
Surf is going to slow that process down as well, applying the Zoto canister to the wall. He's still playing on that elbow corner, so he's going to continue to do it as we see. More X-Karos pellets will be frozen out.
He by you song by Luke Combs is pretty good. All right, Mikey, I'll check it out. I'm pretty sure I already know it. I've listened to like almost every Luke Combs song. Love that dude. More money, yeah. More money, and like you don't have to up like. So I would assume. I mean, even for me, I feel overwhelmed at times trying to get videos out, and I would assume that trying to do like 3 or 4 TikToks a day probably gets pretty damn exhausting.
One for them to step through, and one to give them a nice challenge in towards that long corridor itself. Now that's a bit unfortunate, losing out your drone as the Flores explodes on the wall in front of them. But they can start their march through the east side of the map here. They've got full control of it, G2.
Okay, we got full control of CC here. Now, what are you going to do with it this time, G2? Because you had full control last time and completely fucking got bent over. So what are you going to do with the full map control of CC side? We got Laura backstabbing up the red stairs. He can't go anywhere, though, until someone puts pressure on the windows.
They can do. They just kind of sat on their heels waiting for G2 to make the move. It's Loira who is on main.
Loira has to wait. He has to wait here. I'm just sure uploading 3 or 4 TikToks a day is exhausting.
Cannot lose this first fight when the time
you can't move, Laura. You can't move.
He needs to be patient and wait for his team to be
in
position. You still got
he has to wait.
Doki's rotating over towards Logi. They need
Stomp is putting pressure. Here comes the stomp pressure. No. Yep. Wait. Nice. Take the gap. Take the gap. Take the gap. Take the gap. That's okay. That's okay. Now, no. Hey, stop us playing like hot fucking ass. Stop it. Come on.
Taking themselves another round. That I think is a big round for G2 because like I said,
Stompn, you're playing like ass right now, Bubba. I'm gonna need you to wake the fuck up. Go ahead, take a little pee break and pop a couple perks or something because you're playing like ass right now.
That minimum that they were looking for. Otherwise, they're going.
That was so good. See, if Lorber goes too fast there, that's a pick. Then now they know they don't have to worry about the backstab, right? He waits for them to swing up, make audio, and then he goes. And then he finds the gap. And even though he loses his fight, he finds the person, right? And now they have 3 other players that can go get him.
Too much going on from the G2 side.
Very well done by Loira. Loira won that round. Loira won that round.
They aren't going to go to catch DC, Tim. We are going to repeat the primary site downstairs.
If they can get to 3-3 at the flip, I feel pretty okay. I just don't know how G2 is going to play defense on this map because they're usually very, very bad at defense already. And this is usually a map that I've already said it 15 times. This is a map that they usually permaban, so they don't play it a whole lot. So I'm very nervous for G2 on the defensive half.
If they're able to do that, given that
this is a very, I think this is a very 50-50 map. I think it's pretty 50-50 on attack versus defensive side. I'm very nervous for G2 though. I think they low-key have to win this round. It's not like a must-have because you still have a 4-2 half, which is not terrible. But I think they got to win, and Doki gets immediately fucking picked. There you go. There's the trade. trade.
However,
Oh, you see about the castle? You saw his feet. You saw his feet. You saw his feet.
G2 in the first
Please
round,
tell me you saw his
getting
feet.
on in, taking that grounding bar and making life difficult for Shopify Rebellion.
Laura, if he wants to sit back there, you let him sit back there. You let him sit back there.
Being equal. I spoke last time about how probably favored G2 in the 3v3 here.
The basement?
In the 4v4,
Yeah.
there's enough covering that you can do as the defender.
Can they select any map? No, so each team gets 3 bans. I believe it's 3. Each team gets 3 bans on maps, and then you have to select your maps from the certain maps that are left. And then the organizers pick the tiebreaker map, which is Fortress. Or I think it's random.
We're back where we were before, Tim. It's a 3v3 on the downstairs site again.
Yeah, exactly.
Alamouse hurt. Alamouse hurt. 3v3 on the basement site here. Oh, Stompn knows there's one in yep. It's Spoit versus Stompn. It's Spoit versus Stompn. Stompn! Oh my God. Sit down, you fucking sexy king. Come on. Come on. Hey, reset. Reset. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna turn my mic down because I know when I scream it's probably
three rounds, Tim, but have managed to pull it back to 3 apiece. Did not expect that. Now they go on the defensive
Oh
side.
my God, it was we finally got a Stompn versus Spoit fight, and Stompn just set his ass down. Stompn just set his ass down. Let's look at it again while we're waiting. Actually, I want to see what they ban here. We'll see in a second.
I thought Shopify Rebellion were
I want to see that fight again. Did he know Spoit was in here? Was he pinged?
In terms of time as well.
Sorta kinda.
On the clock, so G2 with plenty of time to be able to work. I think they are aware of the player inside of stock at the minute, though. It's he's not going to win the fight as Stompn.
And that is why you have to swing. Watch. Spoit stops. Stompn gets the advantage. You have to swing with your Spoit right there. You know why he didn't swing? Because he knew that was Stompn swinging him. That's fucking aura. I'm sorry about it. That's just aura.
G2 are on the defense. You know, they could be
That's why Spoit didn't swing. He knew who was swinging him.
The next 6 rounds.
They know who's playing each option. They watched the film.
There's been a couple
He
of
knew.
players, you know, in the
He knew.
been able to put up some decent numbers. I think Loira's certainly had some big moments. Dorky as well. Surf, some key moments.
He knew who was swinging him.
Involved as well.
That was a fucking massive round.
In the balance at the minute, and absolutely anybody's.
Alamo? Hey. Y'all see what I'm seeing? Bro's been sniffing a little something.
And for the side of G2, it looks to be that we've got the Mozzie coming along, we've got the Vigil out there on their own, but I think before that, Tim, unfortunately, we've got a little bit of a rehost to go through. So we'll hang on for a few minutes and then jump straight back in.
First one that we've had today.
It is, yeah, it is. It is a
for day one.
Oh, technical pause.
Because day one is normally when
gotta restart the game.
Wrong. That's the time when things are a bit crazy.
Well, yeah, his nose shouldn't be that dry. 88% humidity with 45 degree. That nose isn't dry from the weather. That's all I'm saying. Hey, that's all I'm saying, chat.
First map.
All right, okay.
Which tells you the whole story. Yeah.
I think it does.
It's pretty quick.
I think we've had some fantastic results as well today. Obviously,
I'm pretty sure they do get tested for.
We'll do a rundown once we're finished here with this game. But I think what I like about it, there's been a few teams that we kind of expected to do well that have come out and impressed, and you think, okay, they're looking good. And
oh yeah, this dude definitely is off of something right now.
That have maybe, Weibo, I thought they might get.
So a lot of you may not know this because you don't watch a lot of competitive Siege. They cannot talk while it's a technical timeout. They're not allowed to talk while it's a technical pause. While the techs are fixing it. I think it's dumb as shit. But they are not allowed to talk anything about. They can talk about other stuff, but they are not allowed to talk anything about the game. Oh, it's a problem with Stompn's computer.
For a few people now and see how things build out, but it does also mean that one team has the day off on our final day of groups and kind of has to sit and watch as fate is out of their hands. They have no control anymore. They're just kind of let's see what happens with other teams to determine where they land, because finishing position in groups does matter. Only one team does get sent home, and that is the team that finishes in 5th place. They're done. They're eliminated.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know, but I thought, but he just confirmed it. Only one team from each group gets sent home. And it's almost always the Asian server teams. They're the worst server on Pro League, the worst server on casual Rainbow Six. It's almost always the Asian team that gets sent home. That's not me being anything other than just factual.
5 days, you're quite cold at that point, whereas the others that have had to battle their way through the lower bracket or have had more games to play, they're a little bit warmer, and we've seen it so many tournaments. Teams drop maps because they're a little bit cold and have to warm into things. That one map can be what sends you home.
Come on.
It certainly can. We've seen huge differences made by, as you say, just one map. I think
it's funny. I don't know if you saw his 1v5 ace clutch at EWC versus Team Secret on Nighthaven Labs. They checked his computer after that. Because it was just dirty. I mean, it was just dirty.
We will be, when we get
Obviously
back into it, moving into the second half of
There's my King Sexy. Just got slammed by Stompn though.
We've had the first half
There's
of map
Jared's little
2.
brother.
Shopify Rebellion did win the first map of Nighthaven Labs, which was
Stompn did start this map 0-3. He's now 3-4. He's waking up a little bit now. I told you guys, it's usually about the middle of the second game where he starts waking up. I said that's before the first game even started.
Given Shopify Rebellion's history,
this is going to be real interesting. Is he waking up, or was it just a few lucky kills? He's on to the vigil, one of his favorite operators.
I'm only trying to will an advantage to them because I really want us to go.
I like the Mozzie. I like the Mozzie out here because what did we see the first game on Labs? If you guys can remember back, Shopify constantly had drones in sight. I don't know why G2 sucks at finding drones, but they do. So I like the Mozzie here. I really do. See here, they're gonna go Blackbeard, Deimos, Dokkaebi, Nomad. This is gonna be a basement site, so they aren't bringing any vert. They're not. Shopify's not bringing any vert at all. This is going to be a direct, like, probably blue dirt push.
Start of round 1. No,
they're not bringing any vert at all.
That's just prep. That's fine. You never know.
Stompn is roaming up a second floor with Moira right now.
Like that, it could be followed up. I don't know. We've got
interesting setup here.
Down there on the Blackbeard, going to be supported by Spoit as well, I think. I mean, they've made enough noise.
Didn't reinforce dirt. Didn't reinforce dirt. Interesting. A lot of pro teams do not reinforce dirt so that way they can hear when someone opens it. Very interesting.
There's only one player actually down in the basement. Everyone else is off there.
Oh my God, that's why they did it. That's why they did it. Okay, there's 3 in the basement now. Okay, they're back. Dude, there was 4 G2 players upstairs at one point, which you do see a lot on this side. Ooh, a stop and run out. Okay, got traded out. That's fucking massive though. He gets the Dokkaebi out, which means Lura can continue to roam if he wants to without being detected.
Yeah, that's a tough loss there for Shopify Rebellion.
See, even they just said it's a tough loss for Shopify Rebellion. Even though Stompn dies, he's on a useless operator. He got the Dokkaebi gone. That's fucking massive.
Doki back to side, but has traded out with Alamo, who's gone up to Kitchen.
Blaz? Blaz just took 50 damage from a grenade for 0 reason.
Move forward, do some damage to Blaz and force him out of the tunnel. So Shopify Rebellion now in a position that they can take over that ground and start working forward.
I am very concerned though, because Shopify's knocking on the door of this third tunnel. Are we dead ass Blaz? Are we dead ass Blaz? Are we dead ass?
Starting to mount for Shopify Rebellion as we get to that last 60. This 4v3 is looking pretty good for them.
Rexon?
Only one more nade back.
Yeah, I don't know what Moira was thinking right there because Rexon's been sitting there for 30 seconds.
Try and get a plant down if he wants, but it's G2.
I don't know what the plan was here.
C4 not going to find his man, and he's against the shield. This round's only going one way.
Yeah, exactly. That Canadian is going to put.
Yeah, I don't know.
If he has time, which he doesn't.
I don't know what that play on dirt was. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, chat. I don't know what. Maybe G2. This is what I'm talking about. G2's gonna suck on defense on this map because they don't ever play it. I don't know why they picked it. Hi, Samuel. Wake up, Bubby. Wake up, bro.
Exactly what Shopify
Wake up, dude.
Rebellion
Wake
need.
up. Ooh,
Get themselves round 7. Every attack they get, as I say, when we look at that 30% attack win rate, every one they get is a huge boost for them.
It is, and I think you've really seen
I really thought they were gonna win the round once they had the Dokkaebi dead.
Like G2,
but then they didn't know how to defend this dirt tunnel.
Shopify Rebellion.
I don't know why Blaz is constantly swinging right there like that. That was very strange.
Yeah, blue they were pushing him from, and dirt. That was really all they concerned themselves with all round, and in most cases you say,
I'm telling you, I got a bad feeling about G2 defense here.
Yeah, Yes, and they were doing just that. But
I got a bad feeling, chat. Stomping on the Clash. Bizarre. Are we fucking serious? Are we fucking serious with a stomping on the Clash here? Are we serious? Doki is one of the better zombie players in all of R6, so that's a good op there. Blaz on the Finny. Stompn's isolated by himself on Clash. He's coming back up the staircase now.
They're going to move along. They'll look to go back there once they've had.
They got the Mav getting the wall soft here.
The Blackbeard, who knows? We will see. They've already got rid of the Monty, so it wouldn't surprise me too much to see that when round 4 comes around. But we'll have to wait until we get there.
You missed.
He missed the wall.
Surf will continue his work with the blowtorch, but Spoit straight up to that.
Spoit's up rafters.
He's not going to be taking too much of a challenge from inside of CCTV.
Using the Habana DMR.
It's just so gross, man. Which is a shame, because I love the Type 89 as well, but you just can't not have a DMR. It just adds so much to a lineup. And Capital one as well, very much back in that age, and Maverick at the same time. That age where DMRs are everything, it feels, for a team.
Nitro out and in hand, just with the threat of possibly putting it over the top. As they try to push on in here, Shopify Rebellion not been able to take.
This is a very interesting clearance here by Shopify.
Threatening that C4, but hasn't really.
This is a very interesting clearance. I do like it. I do like it.
Hasn't felt that they've moved on in.
Oh, it's a bad C4. That's a bad C4.
It'll get taken out. Canadian continues.
Oh, it's a bad C4. Stompn's playing top red with the Clash. I don't hate this, but oh, he whiffed. That was a good try. He whiffed.
And that can be enough.
He did get the gridlock down. He did get the gridlock out, which is good.
G2 definitely the healthier side. And let's not forget this ain't even the site.
What are we doing? Why are we swinging that?
4 versus 3 for the North Americans.
That's going to come down to Doki on the zombie. That's going to come down to Doki. Blaz with the backstab flank, but I'm probably going to know because there's 15 gazillion drones up. Because Shopify is really good at droning. I don't think they saw him on the drone. Wait, Blaz, wait, Blaz, wait, Blaz, wait, Blaz.
Kind of slow down from them a little bit.
Blaz, wait, Blaz, wait. He didn't see him unless he heard him. He could have heard him.
But here comes Blaz. Are they aware this could be an absolute free bit? Spoit taken down.
On the breach. Blaz, to your left.
I think he knows that he's there. He comes around the corner, but doesn't want to take the fight because he's on such low health. Surf manages to get it done.
Took a lot of time. Took a lot of time. The smoke is still up. Back up the side. Back up the side. Back to side. Back to side. Back to side. Get back to side.
Yes, G2 have lost players, and it's into
he's already used all of his smoke canisters.
15 seconds left, and when a team is forced to go because of the clock, no mistake.
The gas pipeline. That's gonna blow a few more seconds. Logi. He made the audio. He made the audio. You know.
Manages to find the final kill into Logi, and that is going to be round
Alamau deciding to not take the fight in CC and running back the site there with 30 seconds left just won them the round.
G2 one on the defense. We found ourselves at 4.
Very, very good discipline play by Alamau there.
If you ever want evidence of why teams play extended holds, this round is...
And Stompn almost pulled off a clip here, but he fucking choked the shot. Moira swinging right here was just as dumb as fucking... He just has to tuck. He just has to tuck. But his ADHD would never allow him to tuck.
If you can trip them up with a player or two before they get to that point, it's a good way to unsettle them. And that extended hold did just that. They left them with not enough time, nowhere enough players or utility to actually hit the site with itself. Really well played by G2. Now we go down to the basement.
Going back to basement.
Probably going to mix up their game plan, Tim. I do not expect that we're going to see another blue and dirt hit because G2 will have seen it and know they're probably going to rotate out and do something else.
We're going to have Alamau on the zombie. Interesting.
So they will mix it up.
We got Stompn on the vigil. Already up to second floor.
No shield this time being brought along for them to play behind. Oh no, they will do actually. They're going to switch it out. Canadian does go for the Blackbeard again, but as you say, I just can't see it being that same push.
I'm wouldn't be. I mean, they're saying it won't be the same push. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be all that shocked if it is something very similar to what they just did, because it looks like G2 is still not respecting the dirt take very much. But I think, yeah, they're right. They're gonna use this Blackbeard to try and clear out Stompn on the second floor.
Gun's too much for you, Troy. I don't think it was. He got 2 kills at the start of the previous round. They just couldn't convert as a team off the back of it. So stick him on a shield or not, he'll still be able to find his way through.
Shopify's low-key so fucking good at droning.
Whole team really pulling their weight here and making themselves heard.
Let me look at this. Just getting his drone in, getting all that info, and then getting it back out.
Especially up to 8 and 4.
So good at droning.
Putting numbers on the board because he didn't have a great time back on Labs.
I don't like Alamau spot. They're really extended off the site. I mean, they're really extended off the site. There is only one person on the basement level right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Shopify just flips this to dirt. I wouldn't be all that shocked. There's only one player. Now there's 2 players back in basement. Okay.
I know that they've got Alamau trapped inside a kitchen, but
Alamau's trapped.
He's happy to just hold on there. I mean, we saw it in our series earlier on today when we had Weibo versus NIP on this very map. A player inside a kitchen, they had the clash out in the corridor, and then a player downstairs inside.
No, don't swing that stop.
The window, and it made it a nightmare, but Alamau's gone for a jump out here, but Laura's there just a little bit too quick. The 2 of them coming together to ensure that Spoit gets thrown down.
Good clear off Spoit. Good clear off Spoit. They got the ace gone. They can't get the... Oh, they got the Ying brought hard breaches. Okay. Get back. Yep. I like that, Alamau. I like that. I like that, Alamau. I like that. Here comes the dirt flip. I told you guys. Wait for this. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just spoken shit up everybody's ass.
A lot of time in doing so, but I still don't think that Shopify Rebellion are in a terrible position here. They're 4 versus 5. They've got a minute left on the clock, which is plenty of time to attack this site. The big problem facing them is that all 5 of G2 are now back in sight and are dug in.
G2 is now anchored down. 45 seconds left in the round. This is going to come down to trades, which should favor G2 because they do have the finnies up, they do have the zombies, they do have the goils, they do have the smokes. Lots of ops to slow Shopify down. Here comes the first smoke grenade.
Doki remind himself that those whole chat comments don't necessarily hold true. Shuts down Doki at 4 versus 4. Surely
this is going to be a hatch drop. This is probably going to be a church hatch drop.
That's nowhere near enough time for Rebellion to pull out.
There's one upstairs. There's one upstairs. Oh my God, they know. Stompn. Why are you trying to do that for? What are you doing? You guys have the man advantage. You stop trap ops up. Fucking hell, Stompn! What are you doing?
Forces the player away from dirt. Blaz is taken down. Canadians on a tear this round. 3 kills and he's sticking the diffuser down. Alamau, he's moving to do something but can do nothing. Ambi has the answer. Shopify Rebellion. They take another attack.
This can't be just like a...
They are already on course to beat that historic attacking win rate that they have.
Alamau's off his game
They are looking
Alamau
to
probably
get
called
G2
that flank there
beating
because Alamau keeps calling these flanks. That's his job.
Really giving that one up there. Like, I get what the game plan is
at all. You have the man advantage. You have smoke canisters. You have Finrears. You have a zombies. You have goils. Anchor down the site. There's 30 seconds left.
But they've just throwing bodies.
They're not going to be able to get the plant
hard. And once Shopify Rebellion said,
why are you rotating up at that point?
They just completely overran
If you rotate up, you
again.
do it at the 15-second marker.
From our perspective, and of course from you,
at 30 seconds, there's still enough time for them to look for the flanks. Right at 15 seconds, they really have to kind of hit the side at that point, right? And like I just don't.
Around there, screaming the clash. Remember, on the gym over, we can do that clash under and block them from rotating back. Be ready for the power. I also think we should be using that ace to put soft pressure on the gym side so you can open up hot tub, because I think that was one of the reasons they were running at us. We didn't have the opposite pressure. Okay? You don't have to stay over there, but I think opening the wall. On this garage, I like they haven't seen the glass from us at all. They won't expect it. We haven't ran cheese on them really. So I think we do the glass cap nomad. And guys, take our time, set this shit up. Remember, don't talk over each other. We're doing great. Come on.
Yeah. Heard that since they did ban the map though, so if they do cash for that, we're gonna have to just take Raptor first and then reset.
You know what I really respect there from Super is that he stepped in at a time that his team has won 2 rounds back-to-back, that they've started to recover, and they have just had a great recovery in that round. But still knows, as good as we're doing, as much as we're getting rounds over the line, it's not what we want to see. There's more we can do here. And as we remarked on, G2 are loving trying to pull off these flank plays that look bad in the moment, but you can see what they're doing. If they get away with a couple of kills there and stop the execution of Shopify Rebellion, suddenly they look like geniuses. They're overrunning them, overwhelming the North Americans, and it looks good. So the Nomad call is great, and in case you haven't haven't heard it before, he also said, be careful of the power call. Power is what teams will often say to say, go, right, everyone go aggressive, show power, essentially, right? And that's what G2 have been doing, is going aggressive, powering onto Shopify Rebellion. They just need to try and find a bit of composure around that, and they feel that maybe the Nomad and the Glass attack they were speaking about could be the way through.
10 seconds remaining. Adding some protection from grenades.
I'm a little bit concerned for G2 because this is a new map to them to be playing it. We said they banned it out 44 times themselves. It's not usual for them to play it. So yes, they're going to have defenses set, but do they have enough options for a Glass being thrown at them? What if this happens? What if that happens? You know, they're going to have their setup, but what about when something doesn't fit that?
Interesting.
We're gonna find out right now.
No
How
thermite.
reactionary can they be on the defense? How well can they adapt?
No ace, no
because this may well be not something that they're prepared for.
They're just going for can openers here, which is like
Super say, let's bring out the cheese, that nice brand of Stilton they've got packing. Well, that's what the Glass looks like for them in this round, along with, of course, Canadian on the Capital helps them get through Catwalk, but it's the smokes that I've got my eyes on. They've got a lot of them across the team, 6 in total, if you include the ones that are in Canadian's gun. So if they can get Spoit into a good spot here, this could get particularly explosive. There's no Warden on the other side. There are a couple of C4s, so they can do something. But they can keep it nice and simple if so desired. Just a reminder, of course, it's the Cash CC site, and that's why the Glass makes sense here.
Okay, drones will continue on through the map, which is playing directly into what Super said during that timeout. Let's do the prep work, let's get the intel, let's make sure that we're aware of what we're facing, and let's get ourselves set up for those pushes, for those executes. Exactly what Shopify Rebellion are doing, but it is not.
There goes Canadian, that's the Capital down. That's a big one, that's a big one.
Canadian
good job, Doki.
The chat as well, continuing those mind games, but how about that? They might not have been ready for the Glass, but they've just found out that he's there. Spoit takes down Doki. 4 versus 4, and Shopify Rebellion, 1:30 left on the clock, still doable.
The only worry here is that 2 of their hard breach gadgets were in Canadian's back pocket, and they're not going to have a chance to use them. You've seen that we've got the Bandit inside the site, keeping those walls electrified for now. Rex can help with that, but they need to look at Surf here and say, well, you're the only one that can get this wall opened up for us. Without that, one, you can't really have Glass sat where he is now, so they need to try and get him to open the main breach and then rotate over to enable the Glass to be able to play inside a Catwalk. There's a lot to do here is my main worry with such little utility.
Spoit gets backed off quite a lot there, and the Tubarau's doing great work. It's essential that they keep Spoit backed up here and don't let him get close to that window, because if he does, he's just going to take out those auto canisters, and it's going to make it very difficult. He thinks about using that last smoke that he's got. He wants to be able to challenge onto this window, but even a blind fire through it could do the job. So right now, Shopify Rebellion, they're caught in limbo, Des. They're just having to sit and wait. They've got no option here, Spoit. They've just, you know, they understand that they're going to have to just give it the time, and he is now repositioned.
Backstab, backstab, backstab. It's a flip, it's a flip.
Okadella's to go in deep. Both the breaches are still like bolt holes over at crouch height, but this could be enough. They're going to overload as C4 comes over. In he steps, but gets shot on the cross. Alamau finding one. Surf might have got Lyra in all the chaos.
Case is down, case is down.
Rexon is in. It's all in the hands of Spoit. He's got to stop the cross. Rexon comes up and gets one, but now it is all down to Spoit. They of course see him.
Nice, Stompn.
They go ignored for so long, and there it is.
Come on, Laura. Come on, Laura. Oh my gosh, this match is cinema. 5-5 once again.
And it fed a lot of intel in at the end there, so they could make that challenge onto Spoit. You really do need an extra player in that situation. You need one in Garage to be able to hold down towards red stairs, and then you have the one on breach holding towards that CCTV door into Cash. That is how you create the safe space there. Without the player on Garage Catwalk, on that Garage window to be able to hold down towards red, it gave the G2 the possibility. You can see Alamau comes around, swings onto Spoit. That's exactly what they needed. With the player on window, with that third man available, you win that round. And Shopify Rebellion, they just lost too much too soon.
It's a bit of a kicker as well, because Rexon came off.
5-5 ball game here, chat.
With Spoit, which they could then maybe have won the round, but don't know if you just didn't realize.
That's what I was telling you guys.
So
that's what they just said right there as well. Canadian dying early there on the Capital pretty much sold that round for them. Now, they almost pulled it off anyway, which is pretty impressive. But they didn't have the fires to stop the rotates over. They didn't have the extra 2 smokes. They didn't have someone being able to sit on top of rafters watching the cross from red stairs.
Must be a 7-0.
Capital dying there was
I'll be like,
massive
come on,
from
guys.
Doki.
Save the best till last and then speed run it. What was going
Okay,
on?
this is a bedroom
Well,
gym
we've got to
mode.
get there yet. Des G2 have got to hold on here and get themselves to that
Doki,
point.
do you not hear the
5-5
drone
on
that's
the
sitting right on the
scoreboard.
staircase right
Moving
next
to
to you?
round 11. G2 going to be holding gym and bedroom. If we look at what has gone before, they have held on to this one. The one time
Very
they
happily.
have tried it.
And very comfortably because they wasted so much time, if you remember.
I just don't
On
understand
the
that. I
extended
just don't
hold.
understand
It's going
that.
to be not so easy to have the extended
I
hold
just
now
don't
that Doki's gone
understand
down
that.
early. Sure enough, it's just Lyra that's out here at this point. No clash
I
on
just
side.
don't
to look to
understand that.
Lock things down out there as we had before when Stompn was playing on it. And I do think you're going to see Shopify Rebellion at least with a better chance of an execute in this round rather than running out of time as they were even just starting to sniff around construction.
Knowing that he needs to be careful heading up those stairs, Spoit will cover himself and make sure he's not giving anything away. Lyra does get a
Good shots, Lyra.
window and manages to find one onto Spoit. And that is going to leave us now 4 versus 4. And G2 really making a move there. It felt like they needed something. They were a man down. They were looking to keep playing this extended hold. And Lyra is doing exactly that single-handedly. Zoto canister in the wall, keeping Spoit from catwalk. And it has left Shopify Rebellion on the bit of the back foot here.
Well, both now opened up, and Lyra was immediately there, like, I'll take a look out here. What's going on? What's going on? And sure enough, there is a player out there.
Stompn with the good rain.
And that suddenly starts to make things look pretty damn good for G2 because, again,
Okay,
out on the
don't
extended
throw
hold,
it
before
though.
even starting to talk
Don't
or look at
overheat.
the
This is
sights
the
here,
problem with G2
two
is they get
players
this
on
shit.
Shopify Rebellion again.
They've had the same situation multiple times and then they just overheat. Gotta stay disciplined
Just
here.
feel it's a little bit too late at this point. 3 versus 4. Lyra has dipped his way back away from red stairs and back into catch. He's gone even further into construction. So there's nothing really to be gained too much from that Candela. It gives at least Shopify Rebellion the knowledge that they can go in there.
Shopify is wasting a lot of
They
util
were
on the
able to
CC side
anyway.
that Shopify or G2's already
They've got
left.
2 smokes in
G2's
Alamal's
already
back
left that
pocket.
area.
They've kept all the utility and full on back, saying we've got a man advantage here. We can just sit and play behind util every day of the week. They've only got 30 seconds to work with Tim. They've still got to pop out the pipe that's on the construction door. That's now been taken out. This is looking very reminiscent of last time. Yes, they've got a little bit further forward, but they're still going to find themselves in the same troubles, I'm afraid.
Laz is just looking for the peak around the corner and decides a little bit better of it.
Stompn!
Take the swing onto Surfdo.
Laura, what are you doing?
G2 up now. That's 1 kill done. Make it 2. Hang on a minute. Shopify Rebellion fighting their way back in. Ambi looking to go to the plant. Rexton sprays down Alamo. Leaves us now in a 2v1. Do they stick the plant? Yes, they do. Stompn fighting back. We know that he's got it in the locker. He takes a lot of damage. He's cut down by Ambi, and somehow, Shopify Rebellion snatch around from the jaws of defeat and put themselves onto match point.
I mean, that is just a generational fucking
Massive
sell.
play coming out from the boys there in what looked like
That
a
is
very
just a
lost situation.
generational fucking
The
sell.
remarks on the C4s, the 2 smokes in back pocket with
I mean,
30 seconds
that
on the
is
clock.
just
That one
just
looked like
gener fucking rational. Get a 4v2 right here. What are you doing standing up, Laura? What are you doing standing up? They have 15 seconds. He has to get in the building. He doesn't know you're right there. He can't see you. He can't see you. They have no drone there. You're not pinged. He can't see you. He has no idea you're there. You're fucking flashed and you're standing up. Look at his hand over his head. He is fucking flashed and you're standing up on a guy that had no idea you were there. Now you can't see him. He sees you. He already knows Blaz is back there, so what's he gonna do? Free swing. Why is Blaz swinging out? Who knows? Okay, that's fine. You're dead. Whatever. What the fuck is this guy doing? Who is this? Okay, you already got him to swing once. 7 seconds left. Wait for Stompn from Logi to get through the rotate so that way you guys have the cross and can at least take this Rexon kid out. And then Stompn is just left with the planter at that point in a 1v1. But what does Alamau do? Swings out. What are you doing? Now Stompn's fucked.
Sprays down Alamo, leaves us now in a 2v1. Do they stick the plant? Yes, they do. Stompn fighting back. We know.
Just unbelievable, like generational fucking sell there.
Always failed, like I say, to.
Yeah, that pixel was crazy, Bo. Just, I mean, how many rounds have we seen? Like G2 should be winning this series, right? Am I tripping? We've seen at least 4 rounds like that where they've had all, like everything that what they wanted. And then they just swing. They just swing. What is that? That's like 4 rounds between the first 2 maps here. We've seen, and now you're down 6-5, and Shopify's on match point.
A little bit disappointed in the
Just incredible. Just
we've seen
stupidity right now. Ambi knows he's there. Stompn knows Ambi's there. We're about to see a Stompn versus Ambi gunfight. Stompn backs off.
But it doesn't often work that
For
way.
now.
More commonly, the better.
Just unbelievable, Bobo. Just unbelievable sells today.
Kind of blink back to sight.
I mean, how many times, again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but how many times have we seen G2 with an advantage just fucking throw?
I mean,
that's what I'm saying, Bo. Doki gets the opening pick. Let's watch how they throw this fucking round.
On their side early in the round, we've seen it quite a few times.
Let's see how they ruin this one.
Aggressive onto them, because the same thing I've called for as well is you have to disrupt composed teams by getting up in their face early in the round.
Surf's still outside.
And it's the Nomad offline. Good operator to get rid of, because let's not forget.
Unbelievable.
During his timeout was saying
G2 is actually beating G2 right now. Doki's getting fucking smacked by a Blackbeard.
This could hurt.
Yep, Canadian takes down Doki 4 versus 4. See that first call ringing out from the Dorkabee.
Stompn's getting phone call.
Oh,
what was that timing? What was that fucking timing? Why are you impacting that? You have the Finny there. Wait for it to go off.
Picks up Stompn, 2v2 with Canadian down.
They've got a track and they should be able to recover Canadian, but it's about getting into the right spot. Oh, almost a freebie for Surf, but no.
He doesn't. Just incredible. Even right there. Thank God Glaz is going to win this for them. But even right there, right? Why are you swinging out? Make him swing in on you. Get tucked in the corner. You're just sprinting at him. I mean, I know I'm not no damn pro player, chat. And I know I'm like very average at the game. Like, some of this shit is just questionable.
You've got that utility. You got to get in there and challenge.
I mean, some of this shit is just amazingly questionable. These are mistakes that I don't see. Look at Almau's pissed. These are just mistakes that I don't see G2 make very often. That's why it's like, what are we doing? These are mistakes that G2 just doesn't make very often. And here they are doing it. Now, to be fair, it has been, I think, 3 months since the last competitive play, so everyone's a little bit rusty here. It's SI. It's the biggest fucking tournament in Siege. It's worth like $4 million or something like that. Something stupid. So yeah, I get that there's probably some nerves. You got to shake it off. This is Stompn's first SI. You know, there's probably some shit going on. But, like, I think Doki's sick, too. I think he has, like, the flu or something.
The Goyo being a 1-speed.
But, like, these are just mistakes. I just don't see them making very often. Average is an overstatement.
You are a free gun to go and play wherever the hell you please. It's not really
hey, just get me on the zombie twin.
Utility outside of shooting it, and anybody can do that. So, once again, G2 are going to try and slow Shopify Rebellion down.
Bro, last night I was playing, man. I had 400 ping for 2 straight games. It was the most miserable fucking thing ever.
Certainly set the tone for these next 3 rounds.
Okay. Pretty much the same ops here. What side is this?
Round 13 then.
This is first floor?
And in the basement, Shopify Rebellion again.
What is this site here?
Shield.
Oh, this is OT. They can go back to base. They're back to basement. We're in OT chat first from 8. Oh, I meant to call BBTEL today. I'll have to call him first thing tomorrow. I'm going to try. Sometimes they'll give you a new box. I'm going to see if a new box will help. I doubt it will. I'm going to try and see if they can get us like on a different channel or something.
If you use that route once successfully, so they're not going to.
Bro, it was 400 ping, man. It was the most miserable fucking thing.
To make sure they find the player, and I don't think they're aware of Doki.
Oh my God, I think they misdroned him.
They missed him.
They misdroned him. Hop.
He's got away with this.
He really has.
Hydrolaser. They saw him. Scrouch.
That's well played from Shopify Rebellion. You know,
oh my God. Doki almost got a. Dude, if they didn't drone Doki there, Doki could have got 2 free ones. I ain't gonna lie.
To watch for a flank like that later on.
Laura, you're getting flanked. Are you aware?
Are you aware?
Laura, stop sprinting.
Oh,
this Doki's gonna kill Laura. Oh, never mind. Doki just shot for whatever reason.
Everybody. No, we've got
now Laura should know.
Real spread from G2,
he's at least somewhere
if you
close.
look, we've got Stompn up on the top floor, not
Minute
been
30.
dealt with yet.
Minute
We've
30.
Got a couple in and around bar.
Oh my God! Look! Oh my God! Look! They're gonna take dirt again. They're gonna take dirt. This is all noise up here. And Loira's dead.
Swing. He's waiting for it to come across. He does take it, and he does find
Fucking
Loira.
idiot.
Big opener from Serve.
Fucking idiot.
Massive, and then immediately gets onto the Dockerby cam in case there's any kind of power play coming out from G2. And he was looking to swing or be aggressive. Something the one to watch out for, though.
Drop, please drop, please drop. Thank you. You're not winning that fight.
They're going to know that he's coming to him as the
Here
main
comes
worry.
Stomp. Now, he has been called twice, so they should know he's up here.
They'll be aware that there's not every single player accounted for.
Right,
There's only one
right.
place that he can be, and right now, that's coming down
3,
on their heads.
2, 1. On a drone.
5 versus 4. Advantage still to Shopify Rebellion, but
Ooh, he's
45
behind the
seconds
wall.
left.
Oh my god, that timing.
Become a factor here. They've still got one to deal with.
Just waste time, just waste time.
That was the opportunity.
Nice Stomp!
Try and rush things.
What a fucking clear by Stomp. Waste of time, waste of time. Run, run, run.
In fact, impacts himself and loses the fight to Stompn. They do pick up another 4 versus 3. Stompn has dropped oil, but is moving back towards site. Him and Alan now, both low health, but the onus here is on Shopify Rebellion to go in and get this job done. Surf manages to find one. Time is the factor. 15 seconds left to go. Canadian might need to start putting this case down on the ground as Stompn fights back, but no. Spoit there for the trade. Shopify Rebellion.
Okay, hold on. While Stompn was clearing that up there, how did these other people die?
Factor here. They've still got one to deal
Stompn somehow gets a kill. Stompn not only stays alive somehow right here, but gets a kill, which is amazing.
Then that was the opportunity.
Now, how did these other fuckers die? Spoit takes out Blast. Okay, that's probably Dirt Tunnel. See, I told you it was Dirt Tunnel, bro. G2 is not respecting the Dirt Tunnel. Stop going basement if you're not gonna do that. Okay. Now, how the other guy die?
They do pick up another 4 versus 3. Stompn has dropped oil, but is moving back towards site. Him and Alan now.
Oh, nice. You're just setting on the. This is why I never make fee holes here, by the way, chat. This is why I never make fee holes here.
Both low health, but the onus here is on Shopify Rebellion to go in and get this job done. As with everything in this game, Des, the answer is, what's happened there? It was 50-50.
Yeah, quite literally, yeah.
You know, both of these teams
Okay,
have had big moments.
Shopify's on map point. Now remember, no one gets eliminated here. This is group stage. Only one team gets eliminated from each group. Both of these teams are probably going to go through the playoffs pretty easily. Unless, like, they both just collapse. But this would obviously, for social media, be a very fun game for one of these teams to win. I hate those feet holes. Lost, but still, I wouldn't. Now let me be clear. Now let me be clear. I feel like Barack Obama when he used to say that. I wouldn't reinforce that because if you reinforce that, you give them a safe spot to plan at. But I wouldn't put holes in that. I would just leave it. I would not touch it at all. That way, like later on in the round, if you're defending or whatever, you can impact it if you need to. Stop the plant. But just automatically having those fee holes there, someone can rat down main while you're shooting somebody else, not hear them ratting down main, and all of a sudden you're dead. That's why I don't like it.
Cash and CC, it was Stompn that was playing top red.
How long is this turning left? I think it's like a week or so. These group stages will go on for the next 3 days, and then it's playoffs, and then it's main stage. I think it's like a week or so altogether. I'm not sure.
Because it gives you that second angle of pressure. Otherwise, right now, all Rebellion have got to worry about is what's going on the main breach. And there are 2 players out there. Loira looking for a backstab here potentially on towards the VIP side of things.
Again, I just don't know why G2 picked this map. It's very obvious they don't know how to defend it.
Here we go. Loira's
what the?
What the? On towards the VIP side of things.
Wait, that wasn't teammates?
Stompn's with them at the same time. So this may actually force Shopify Rebellion back a little bit sooner.
He said, "Fuck you, Clash." Also, why isn't the Clash calling that out? Did he not call that out? What the fuck was that sorcery? He said, I don't give a fuck about that Clash. Dude, that's some... I'm telling you, Loira's got some of those Brazilian cojones. You know what I'm saying? He don't give a fuck about swinging. Each team will match a day. Yeah, there is one bye day, I think. I think they play 3 matches overall in each group. I think. Actually, it makes sense to be 4 matches. You can play one. There's 5 groups in each, or 5 teams in each group, I believe. 4 of them get through, 1 gets sent home. So usually it's the Asian teams that get sent home because usually they're pretty bad. That's what I'm saying. These 2 teams will probably make it regardless of this result today. But obviously for social media, Stompn versus Spoit, this is a big game. And you always want to win your games, you know. Okay, we got a 5v4 here, guys. They do have Goyles up. Did we pop those Goyles up? Holy shit, what are you doing?
G2.
Oh my God, Lorber just shit on him.
There's a little bit of a fight back from Shopify Rebellion,
Lorber
but you
just
just
shit on
feel
him.
that it's not going to be enough. They've been boxed back in.
Why did you turn your back to an enemy?
To get a couple of downs on the back of this. This could be his
What is-
second blast rounds for him. He's into the 1v1.
What is happening?
Canadian, could you ask for a better way to close
Oh
out
my God, it's a
game here,
1v1.
maybe?
Oh my God, there's two down.
Canadian's gotta go
There's two
absolutely
injured.
huge, and Alamau
Oh my
is
God,
the
there's
one
two
who's
injured.
outside the building.
There's two
Gets
injured.
rid of Laura to take down
There's two
Doki as
injured.
well.
Oh my
Just
God,
to
it's a
confirm
1v1.
that 1 versus 1. 25
The two
seconds
worst
to
players
go.
on each
Alamau
team.
has to show him absolutely nothing. Gonna try and get the defuse down here as well. Alamau has to get across, and sure enough, he does.
Woo!
Stay the line.
We're going all
What
the way to
was
fifth.
that round?
Challenging it. I think you just take the chance.
That was pure and utter fucking chaos. I know some of you watching this, they don't really watch Siege a lot, or like, what the fuck? If you play Siege a lot, you know that that round was like just G2 basically just said, fuck it. We're going to live and die by the gunfights here. We don't care about your traps. We don't care about your clash. This was fucking crazy. I don't even know. How did Loira even get into sight from the 90 hall anyway? Like, the other two hopped through the window. How the hell did Loira make it all the way to 90 hall without being shot at?
Canadian the opportunity, but it just wasn't enough. Come the end, it was down to a 1v1, and again another round that just comes down.
Okay,
to the
7-7.
absolute wire between these
Oh
two.
my
I think
gosh!
we're
I told y'all this matchup was cinema.
See if we
These are two
get it.
very even teams. Two of the top
29 of
probably
30 possible rounds played, boys. You do
FaZe
know
is
that this
probably
is only your
top.
first game, and we're nowhere
W7
near the
Ilm.
grand final yet.
M80.
Games keep on going like this between these two throughout the competition. I'd love to see them rematch
and then
at some
G2
point.
and
It
then
would
probably
certainly make
Shopify.
fireworks fly.
So two of probably the top 6, maybe top 7 teams in the
Could
world.
still end here. That's
The hopping on the frost mat. Yeah, now he didn't kill him, but Loira did from 90 backstabbing. How Loira made it in to 90 without being killed is beyond me. I don't even know how he made it there. If you look at the kills, it's very even across the board. No one's really having a crazy breakout game.
Puts a little shot in through there.
No one's really having a crazy game. Everyone's having pretty respectable performances. Even Blaz at 4-11, he single-handedly won G2 at one round, so he's doing fine.
Back-to-back attacks won, and it's like, if anything, I'd have thought it would have gone the other way. If we were going to see it to 15, that it would have been the defenders that would have been
Now
on
G2's got to defend to win the game. I don't like this. I'm telling you,
just that little molecule.
playing defense on a map that you don't usually pick is not usually going to end very well. Oh, did he bait the trick? No, he got it open. He got it open. He got it open. He got it open.
I don't think it necessarily applies too much pressure to G2.
Spoit's already up rafters. This is good pace by Spoit. Getting the bandits off.
They've already got the single VIP wall open inside of construction in the same fashion that G2 did. They open it really early on.
Oh, this is
now
gonna be
got their
cinema.
main focus on towards the gas
Now,
pump,
what G2 needs to do, they need to get this Capital dead. This Capital is going to win or lose them the round. I'm telling you right now. They need to get this Capital dead.
Watch that single VIP wall to make sure that no one can just jump off the single construction wall. Sorry, so no one can just jump on through and start shooting his teammates.
Stompn
in the
there?
back. Even Alamau.
Stompn's on red stairs.
To come and reinforce. G2 are putting
3
all
people
of
on
their
CC.
eggs
They might just backstab in a gym right here. This guy on red stairs is going to be huge. This guy on red stairs is going to be. They might just backstab in a gym.
Just be cautious of the player on
A
stairs.
little bit overextended. A little bit overextended.
On the bandit that's looking to
A little overextended. Stompn is still on red stairs.
to hold this at bay, but a difficult
Doki's in
position
bedroom.
now that
Cons,
jacuzzi wall
central
has been
stairs.
opened to
Okay,
go to
they
hold
kind of backed
on
up a little
to.
bit. Stompn's on an island over here.
The other side here,
They said stop and go eat. They said stop and go eat. They said stop and go eat. They said stop and go eat.
CCTV, there was a lot of back
Didn't
and
get
forth
it.
there.
Didn't get it, but did waste a little bit of time.
Ultimately managed to kill Stompn.
I don't know if I peek in this window. I don't know if I peek in this window. I'm running back to site. I'm running back to site. And we're taking our chances with the
It's the
4v5.
time that makes me nervous, Tim, because again, it's a spot where Shopify Rebellion on the attack of this side.
40 seconds.
Barely even got control of the
Blaz,
attack.
you gotta stay alive. Blaz, you cannot die.
They need to move so quickly here.
Rexon is down. Rexon is injured, so it's a 4v4. Why the fuck are we standing in front of the fucking breach, boys? What are we doing? Why are you standing in front of the breach?
Blaz and Loira just getting a little
Fucking
bit too
hell.
aggressive. It worked.
There's only 15 seconds. There's only 15 seconds.
Worked here.
Why are we up and out? What are we doing?
Magic for G2 as Rexon gets the double, closes it out, and Shopify Rebellion, they deal the next blow in the NA EU rivalry and take all the points.
29 and 30 rounds required, but indeed the North Americans take all 4 points.
That is unbelievable.
Wonderful start to their campaign. I hope we continue to see them playing at this level because that has been a fantastic series. The lowest number
That was a
of kills
phenomenal
on their
series.
team, 11. The highest, 13. Make no mistake, that is a team victory for the North Americans.
What the fuck did I just watch? Wow, I look super fat for this angle. Hold on, let me fix my hoodie. I mean, I am super fat, but like, I get why he hops out there, but you have to know you just killed someone on the window. The enemy team is probably going to be looking at that window, right? I get why he hops out there because he's trying to stop the execute. Instead of like being aggressed, he's trying to be the aggressor. I get it, but with 10 seconds left, I don't know if I do that. I think I take my chances at killing the planter, right? Now, if he had just killed somebody else at a different spot and then wants to hop out that window, maybe. But you just killed someone at that window. They're going to look at that window. Also, why are there 2 people standing on the fucking breach? One play rest stairs, one play the bathroom rotate, and you have a fucking cross. You play the trades. With 15 seconds left, you play the fucking trades. What, like, bro, that's got to be 6 rounds that we just between those 2 games. They played what was it, 8-7 and 8-6. Wow, but cinema fucking series, by the way, both OTs. So they played 14 and 15. What's that math? 29 rounds, right? And G2 lost by a combined 3 rounds. We saw at least 6 rounds off the top of my head that they just threw. They could have easily at least forced a map 3. And if they go to Fortress, you know, I don't know who wins that because I've never seen anyone play Fortress in Pro League. At least not recently. At least not the new Fortress. Damn, it's time to save it again already. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't know, man. That level of throwing was just something else, bro. When we saw at least, I'll go maybe 4 rounds. But we saw at least 4. I mean, there was at least, what? We had the 3-0 on Night Haven Labs. At a basement one on Night Haven Labs. So that's 2 there I can remember off the top of my head. We obviously had that one at the end there. We had, they had a 5v3 on Clubhouse as well. So that's 4. I mean, there's at least 4. At least 4 just off the top of my head. I'm sure we can go back and find another 1 or 2 where they just threw. I mean, Shopify was playing well, but like just 4 at least off the top of my head, they just threw to Shopify. The thing was, he wasn't even in the bathroom, Bo. He was in front of the fucking bathroom wall on the breach wall. That's the crazy part. And he's playing 2 brow DMR. You can play that fucking breach from deep if you want. That's the crazy part. It's like they're picking ops and they're not playing the ops the way the ops need to be played. That was a weird day by G2. Hopefully that's not a whole tournament full of like bad day. Maybe they just were a little rusty. I don't know. I'm hoping so because that's not the G2 I watch. The G2 I watch is much more disciplined than that. That was not disciplined Siege. Now I think G2 has a day off tomorrow. Let me check the schedule real quick before we go. I think G2 has a day off tomorrow. Where's my, there it is. Oh, no, that's not it. G2 has a day off tomorrow. I think Shopify plays again tomorrow. Golly. I want to see how this other map's finished. Okay. Now for the 3rd, yeah, G2 has a day off tomorrow. Shopify play any good games tomorrow. Ooh, M80 versus Ninjas in Pajamas will be very good. That'll be a very good game. Secret versus Space Station is a really good game as well. We have 2 really good games tomorrow. Wednesday, we have G2 should win this map easily. If they even struggle a little bit, it's a very concerning. Ooh, FaZe Clan versus Shopify is going to be fucking phenomenal. W7M versus Oxygen will be pretty decent. Then Thursday, we have G2 should also win that game pretty easily. Which if they win both of those 2 games, that means they just get in for free to the playoffs. Which is why I said like there's no way they miss the playoffs. Space Station versus Oxygen, that'll be a very good game. So schedule, want to look? Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah, no, he was outside of the bathroom. I should have pulled it back up for you. He was outside of the bathroom, standing on the breach wall. The bandit was in the bathroom and then hopped out over the bathroom and get onto the breach wall after 2 Brow died. I don't understand. I've like lost half my voice just screaming at that fucking game. Not really any great games here. Secret versus W7M will be pretty good. W7M has won 2 of the last 3 SIs, so that's a very like dominant team. They haven't been as good this year at the other events, so it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of bounce back. And then Friday is the final day of group stage, I think, right? Yeah. That will be Free versus Wildcard will be good. G2 versus FaZe is going to be cinema because FaZe is regarded as the best team in Siege, but G2 actually beat them at the Esports World Cup back this summer, so that's going to be a very interesting game there. No really other great ones there. And then 7th, the Saturday is a day off for everybody. Sunday is the start of the playoffs. Monday is the continuation of the playoffs. So it looks like main stage starts right here. On Tuesday, maybe? No. Main stage starts right here. Friday the 13th. Wait, Friday the 13th. Oh, that's going to be crazy. And then you got your semifinals here. Then you got your final on Sunday, January. Oh my God, February 15th. So yeah, so we got it's loaded. Probably for tomorrow's stream, because I kind of want to stream one game each day. I'm not gonna stream every fucking game. That'd be 15-hour long stream. Tomorrow, I'm probably be back at the same time-ish. I think these are Eastern times here, I think. You see it starts at 5 o'clock in the morning, goes all the way to 3:30. Tomorrow I'll probably stream, I don't know, either the M80 versus Ninjas in Pajamas or Secret versus Space Station. I don't know yet, though. Maybe both. We'll see how the day goes. And then, of course, we'll be back for G2 games every other one. Maybe Shopify games as well. I like me some Spoit. All right, that's gonna do it, bro. We streamed almost 2.5 hours there. That's crazy. That game that was only 2 matches that took that damn long. Man, a full BL3 takes forever. All right, I'm off here. Go spend some time with the kids, and then get set up for tonight's weather stream. See y'all later.